And here we go.
Again, 5, 4, 3.
Call to me, lands far away.
Elves have forests to protect.
We need to build a wall.
Dwarfs their mines. Men their fields of grain. But we Harfoots have each other.
For I must now wander this wandering day.
We're safe.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel.
No.
Put up your sword.
The enemy is still out there. The question now is where?
It is over.
Nothing is over! Nothing! You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them!
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Darkness will march over the face of the earth. It will be the end, not just of our people, but all peoples.
Everyone!
I am sorry, but their time has come.
The past is with us all. The past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
Away I must wander this wandering day.
To him finally being lionized as in the prime and his prime. Fuck.
Do it!
Shit.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams change. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Luke went from being... Oh, no. Welcome, Slayer Nation. I have some great news for you today. I hope you're all doing great. Nope, that didn't work. One more.
You have failed me for the last time.
Welcome, Slayer Nation. I hope...
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
That is eating away at what you love in order for it to shine. And one man's vision is... Sometimes you don't have to make things better for them to be great again. You merely have to Okay. Hollywood continues to slow boil the culture and crazy. Well, right now, Spider-Man actor Andrew Garfield has stepped up and he's fighting motherfucker.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
And unbearded dwarves, but Prime didn't stop there. They stapled in intersectionality, individuality, biddiga-dig-bee, biddiga-dig-boo.
So it begins.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, George the Giant Slayer.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Slayer Nation Live. It's August 9, 2026 in the year of our Lord. How are you all doing? I see Jill is already here. And Tender Warrior has kicked things off hot. He sent 5 George the Giant Slayer memberships. Please go thank Tender Warrior. Always. I love it. Or gentlemen. Oh, it's been an interesting week. Plus, we got Flying Blind on a Rocket Cycle. I love that. Love it. For $2. Good day, all. Good day to you, my friend. So this week, it seems everything is upside down. You know, left is right, up is down, normal is crazy. Spiderman just blew the box office out of the water. The Odyssey, yeah, well, Nolan, who was famous for not liking to do interviews, I think just finished his 105th interview. And they moved on to Seoul, Korea. Keep pumping that myth. The McMyth. And then everything changed with the WNBA. You know, nobody ever pays attention to the WNBA. Well, most people don't. But then Sophie Cunningham came out and everything became trans this week. We're going to get into that. Plus Amazon's Rings of Pandering. You got established actors who are now doing double duty, doing other roles because they can't hire anybody else. You got Simon Pegg, who's doing the voice of the Balrog, so he's now known as Pegrog. You got Vecna, who's substituting in for Cuck Celeborn. We got a lot of movies to cover, so let's just get to it. Let's bring them out here. I got my co-host, Verbal Riot, is back again.
I am back. How's it going, man?
Man, it's doing great. It's doing great. It's all trans this week with the WNBA.
All you know what though? The WNBA is the best clown show going right now, man. Seriously, like when I need a good laugh, I watch the WNBA and keep up with the drama. It's really the best show. It's the best comedy happening right now.
It is. Plus, we also got a new co-host, Dark Hour, and the greatest comedian on planet Earth, Paul Chatto. Give it up for Paul Chatto.
I thought you were introducing somebody else.
And we got a new guest, his very first time here. So give it up, a big Slayer Nation welcome for Tyler Wolf. How you doing?
How about myself?
Pleasure to meet you, Tyler. Glad you could join us today.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have a fun time. We're gonna go through.
Oh yeah.
I think this week wait a minute. I just got to ask, how are you all doing? How is Mr. Hawaii doing there with his shirt?
I'm doing really with my John Lasseter shirt. I'm waiting to be tossed out of my house.
Really?
For improper hugging. You know, something like that.
Technically, you're already outside of your house, so
that's true.
I've
already been kicked out.
So
no, it's good. Everything is fine. I actually spent the morning hurriedly putting together my essay on the Women's Basketball Association. Well, that's actually the W question mark now, right? It's not it's W in transition because we're going to only find in a week or two.
Hey, I like those balloons?
I know. It's like I can do that on the Mac.
Wait, so is it like the WNBA L plus?
Not yet. It's the W question mark. And I have a very interesting pitch, and I'll tell it to you guys later once you introduce everybody. And I got
cool.
I think I have a really good angle.
Is it balls or no balls league now? Doesn't matter. You can play balls or no balls. You got it. And we got the DAs in the house to preach to us. Give us some wisdom. How you doing, my friend?
What's up, fellas?
Hey, Duh.
What's up, man?
We were just talking about balls or no balls basketball. The new generation.
Yeah, WNBA.
But first, I thought we would kick things off. Usually we do the cringe, but I thought, time to get back a little bit of happy and crazy. Because every once in a while, you just need a little bit of tongue in your life. This is from 1982.
What the hell?
The Tongue Choir. I shit you not.
I see.
These guys were very popular with the ladies.
Right. Do they call them clitorati?
The clitorati, give it up for the clitorati. Yes. So just so you know, 2026 is not the only year things have been crazy. Just, they were popular with the women. Anyway.
I mean, George, you have to understand. I mean, this is the 80s, man. There was a lot of cocaine that was had. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
90% of the things you saw in the 80s were cocaine fueled. You know what I mean?
Well, then those guys had a private line to Pablo Escobar. Jesus.
Indeed.
Yeah. If Hollywood wants to get back to its heyday, we need to get a pipeline of cocaine into that motherfucker as soon as possible.
Cocaine and
like straight, like literally just a highway directly from Colombia into Hollywood.
Everyone. I've said it many times that we miss the era of hookers and blow.
Mm. Oh, the heyday.
I hate to say it, but it's really when we were at our best. If you think about it.
Because everybody was having fun. See, that was the whole point. They remembered fun. Today, it's not about fun. It's about messaging. But we did have another piece of good news off the coast of Dover. You had this diver. He was diving a shipwreck, and he ended up finding a 162-year-old bottle of Guinness, still sealed.
Probably tastes exactly the same.
I would not drink that if you paid me, man. There's no way.
Well, no, he's turning it over so they can test the DNA to see if they can find the original recipe. But he thinks there's a case down there, so he's going back.
Wow.
Little interesting fact. Thought it was kind of fun.
I do wonder, though, how much is it worth?
No idea. That would be interesting. Plus, George R.R. Martin may not have finished Games of Thrones series, Song of Fire and Ice, but he's still making money off of it because Costco this week is thinking about your dog.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
That is something I would buy for my dog, actually.
Absolutely. That looks cool. A little Iron Throne for the dog. Yeah, why not?
I'm a sucker for that stuff, man.
I will say it's quite impressive how the merch for Game of Thrones still sells really well despite the way that this show ended and everyone's so disappointed. It's somehow the merch has outlasted the show itself in so many ways.
Isn't tonight the finale of I stopped watching House of the Dragon, so I don't know if it's tonight next
Tonight
week.
is the season finale, yeah.
I watched like 2 episodes this season, and then I was kind of like, nothing bad. I just checked out. It's like the first episode.
You know what it is?
good.
I don't know what it is about that show for me, man, but it's not great. I mean, let me put that out there. like the writing has gotten. It started out pretty good, but it's not gotten better. I'm still in though. I'm still all
Knights
in.
of the Seven Kingdoms. Come on, compared to that,
Oh,
didn't
well,
love
come on,
Knights
man.
of the
That
Seven
was
Kingdoms?
that was a fluke. I mean, if you think about it, man, like that show should not have been as good as it was.
But it was awesome.
Yeah.
You had
But it was
hero
damn good.
villains. Heroes villains.
Yep. Fantastic. Everything was really clear. You knew who you were rooting for.
That was it.
Fantastic.
You know what I love is that the showrunner Paul has stated that he has begged HBO to fulfill his long-term vision, which is to do the whole series, but to keep the same actors. Where he wants to do, I think it's 3 seasons, then take 6 years off, come back, so the kid grows up, then do the next 2 books, then come back in 10 years. He's like, just keep the same ones. And he's like, HBO hasn't responded. He's like,
he's gonna be dead by then. Like not the kid. George R.R. Martin's gonna be dead by then.
I don't think he cares about Martin. He was just like, if you want to follow the continuity with the characters, why not do it in an original fashion? Keep the same people. They're phenomenal actors.
Too much money involved. They ain't doing that.
Well, I hope they don't drop the premise, which is you've got the big guy. What was his name?
God, I can't even remember. Dunk, yeah.
Dunk, and you've got the and then Hines, Duncan Hines,
Duncan Egg.
Duncan Egg. And they have such a wonderful relationship.
Oh, yeah.
And you just don't want to lose that. The biggest complaint I've had over a lot of the streaming shows that actually start successfully is that they forget network rules. Network rules is rinse and repeat, and you have to return to equilibrium. And people fight it on the streaming services because they're artists. They're not part of the old network bullshit and where, Rockford goes back to his his RV every single time, or Seinfeld loses out on the date after every single show. And they don't understand that that's actually what made the shows interesting, in that they returned to an equilibrium. And you can still do that in streaming and still have an arc. But for whatever reason, the season 2, they completely forget what the equilibrium of the first season was.
I will say, though, the difference being back in those days, we had longer seasons, right? Like a season was like 24
shows.
Now we have, 8, if we're lucky, 8 or maybe 10. But so we have less time to tell the story than we did before. And granted, a lot of those old shows, there was a lot of filler episodes. But even the fillers were enjoyable to some degree. So
yeah.
Well,
and then you got 8 episodes for and then you got to wait 2 years to get the follow-up season, or 3 years in some cases.
Right.
So it's just not working out for television. They need to go back to the old model.
I would agree with that. I 100% agree. I don't know why it is. When I was growing up, you could, as soon as you finished one season, 3 months later, you get the next one. I don't know why they can't seem to do that anymore.
And they were filming more episodes. They were doing 24 episodes. So I don't get this lag of like 2 or 3 years per show. And you're only doing 8 episodes. Now, granted, Game of Thrones, that's a special effects heavy show. I'm not talking about a Game of Thrones, right? Yeah. I'm talking like just shit where there's no special effects. It still takes them like 3 years to get a sequel or a second season to the show.
I think Netflix is actually slowly but surely trying to take these very condensed shows, these 8-10 episode shows. They're busting them up into those parts now, releasing this part now, and then in 4 or 5 weeks, this part now. They're basically building in those breaks that we used to have with the 24 episode seasons. When they would have the award shows, they take a big long break. When the Super Bowl was happening, no show was showing their shit that day. So, I think what you're going to see with the streaming shows is you're just going to see these elongated 8 to 10 episode seasons where they're going to release them in pockets of 3, 4 episodes. It's not going to make it any better. They're just going to try to artificially recreate that effect.
Well, I would argue to some degree it does make it better. I think the binge model. Look, I feel like the binge model is great for old shows. I feel like for newer shows, man, I'm kind of over it. I'd rather have it broken up a little bit. Plus, as content creators, it gives us something to talk about week to week, because dumping them all at one time is like, okay, so we got one shot to talk about this whole thing, and then we're done. So I kind of like the idea of having maybe 2-3 episodes per week, maybe even 1 episode a week, like they're doing with Disney Plus, with X-Men and some of the other things.
Well, I was saying not necessarily that. I'm saying that they, if you remember with Stranger Things, the last season of Stranger Things, they did part 1, and they had that 4-week gap. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, that's because Netflix is known for their binge model. They created the binge model, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Tyler, what do you think about that? Are you for? How do you feel about having the shows come out 2 or 3 years later, one season after another?
I don't see why any show, even with the amount of effects that it has, needs 2 years in order to finish it up. Game of Thrones I kind of get, but they have so much, you would think they would have so much money that they'd be able to compensate for that. But I do agree that on a weekly basis, it does work better for newer shows, and that older shows are just so much more fun to binge because, one, there's a little bit of nostalgia to it, and I can vouch for that because the last few months on a nightly basis before I moved into this apartment, my dad and I spent the entire night watching NYPD Blue, 4 episodes in a row. And to the point where I'm still doing it on a daily basis when I'm editing stuff. And it does bring up, sorry, is it Chato or Chato?
Chato's fine.
Chato, sorry. That shows you how much I know.
We just say, hey, asshole.
I know these guys.
That works. That is also good.
Well, what Chato said about establishing a formula and equilibrium, the last 4 seasons of NYPD Blue, I think, nailed that down completely. For whatever reason, like that dynamic where it's Sipowicz, Clark, Jones, and Baldwin, they all have their mysteries of the week, and then they go back to the same spot, but you still get the payoff because they solve the case. They feel confident about their abilities as detectives. And life goes on either way. There'd be 1 episode, maybe a month at best, where they couldn't trip somebody up. With Baldwin, it was usually the guy whose his foster kid was involved with. But Yeah, and I mean, I did once have the artist mentality where we're doing the same episode over and over. It gets tired, it gets boring, and once in a while you do want to change it up. But like that one filler episode of the month can be that opportunity where it's a breath of fresh air for the cast, for the crew, and the writers. It would make a little bit more sense.
And the other problem with streaming, and we talk about the downturn of Hollywood, part of the problem is that, or was, that a network show that was running 20 to 24 episodes a year would give not just the actors but the crew a steady job, that when the show went on hiatus, they didn't need to go off and do anything else. Now you do 8 shows. Even as an actor, you don't know whether it's going to be picked up. If it gets picked up, you're waiting for fucking years before you're getting back to it again. They're not giving you money in the interim to keep you around. They just sort of
That's
say,
true.
okay, here's the contract. So suddenly they have destroyed the, let's call it for the lack of a better word, the factory industrial nature of Hollywood, where you, once you got a show and at least you got a season or 2 out of it, it was like going to work 8 a.m. You went back home, ate your dinner, and that was also super important for the editors, the directors, the technicians, because you'd be a technician, you'd be attached to the Mary Tyler Moore Show for its entire freaking run, right? I mean, this has absolutely, we talk about the destruction of Hollywood. This is absolutely one of the main things that destroyed it, was taking away the industrial aspect of the television and this 24 episode a season thing.
I'm just
well, I mean,
realizing
some people would argue like, there's been like an evolution, right? I mean, I think, which is weird to say because I feel like, I don't know if the writing has gotten that much better than what we had before, because we were entertained in the 80s, we were entertained in the 70s, we're entertained now. So like, I don't know how that works. And you had TV shows that did break the mold back in those days, man. You had shows like Miami Vice, which even though it was episodic, it didn't feel that way, which was weird when you think about it. But it was an episodic show, they solved their cases, but it kind of started that, okay, the case is solved, but there's this lingering threat, for the season kind of thing.
The overarching.
Yeah, exactly.
Plot, yeah.
Right. So,
a lot of shows started using that method to string you along.
Yeah, person of interest.
Like, and that started back then. Like, it didn't even start like now. I just think now the problem is that. Look, I don't know if it's because our attention spans are shorter than it used to be. I think they are, but for the most part, I think we could. I think it would be a benefit to these studios to do like at least 12 episode seasons, man. At the very least, man. I feel like this 8 episode trope that they've gotten into, it doesn't do anybody any favors. I feel like especially crew, right? Like Paul mentioned, back in the day, these people ate. They paid their bills. They were able to live off one show, man. Now, everybody in Hollywood that I know has to have at least 3 jobs going at a time, because otherwise they're screwed.
That's just in general. Everyone has to have 3 jobs going. It's not just them, but we're seeing it live happen, basically.
Well, I think more so in Hollywood though, man, because you have to understand these people are gig to gig, man. Like there is no health insurance. There is no, real benefits outside of them making a name for themselves. But these people are literally working gig to gig, man. And even though they have a union, it's not a good union. So
actually, it's one of the shittiest unions out there, because
it's
its
terrible,
own rules hurt.
Oh, you think?
Its own its own rules actually harm. You're almost penalized for being good at your job. That's the thing is when.
I'm off the hook.
But that's the thing, is it's flooded with so many subpar, whether it be editors or like what for sound or whatever they're doing. There's so many subpar people that are forced into the positions because of the contracts that it's lowering the ability. A really good editor for a show got paid a lot because he was really fucking good at his job and he did a lot of work. Now you have 15 people in a room writing, and they all and there's maybe 2 good ones and 13 shitty ones. And so, but they're all getting paid. It spreads.
Well, is the scaling back of Hollywood a result of all of this? We're just seeing that now with the downstream effects of you know, the strikes and then the pandemic and everything, and now they're just cutting back on all the shows because what was it called, big television, whatever that era of big TV, where there was just show after show after show.
Appointment television.
It seems like all of that is gone. You know,
Well,
like
it is
that
gone.
era. Yeah, so they scaled back on the shows, and now it should be the cream rises to the top, and all the top guys are still working, and then all of these out of work actors and writers and everybody else is going to be upset about it. But I mean, there was a lot of bloat, in my opinion, in Hollywood of people that just really weren't that good at entertainment. They were okay, some of them, but a lot of, you know, we saw that all the woke writing, all the nonsense that we were seeing on television. It was like, what are we watching? You know,
well, it's the application of socialist ideology in a meritocracy based industry. That's what it is. There's a reason why a good writer or a good actor
is worth
get
their weight in
jobs,
gold.
and it's because they're good at what they do. But now that doesn't matter.
No, you even had recently. Hold on, I'll pull his name up. You had. Where did he go? Paul Thomas Anderson says he knows what the problem in Hollywood is. We'll talk about it in a minute. He says it's just all the writing. We need new writing teams. I'm like, in Greek, we'll say my.
But enough about you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, first time I saw One Battle After Another, I'm like, 96% my ass. I wouldn't switch the digits around on this one, but for whatever reason, I brought in one of my collaborators on a second viewing just to see if there was something I missed, and my God, it was so much worse. And
it would never have been.
The weird thing is,
10 years ago.
Yeah, and my friend pointed out, like, Anderson has lost subtlety. He used to be fucking great at that. Like,
I agree.
A month before the first lockdown, I saw the 10th anniversary of the Master on 70, and like when I realized the hidden messages behind that movie, I won't spoil it because weirdly enough, everyone I heard who talked about the Master never brought that shit up. I'm just sitting there going, wait, are Joaquin and Seymour Hoffman doing what I think they're doing? And then like suddenly the movie clicked and everything about it worked even more. I was thinking about it for hours afterwards. I'm not going to think about what One Battle After Another means not even a minute after the movie's over, because it's weirdly in a movie that has an opinion, but it has no argument. It doesn't actually explain why any of this shit is bad. It just expects you to already know.
No, you're completely right, man. And it's crazy when you think about how good Boogie Nights was compared to like
Boogie Nights,
my all-time favorite movie.
Compared to this movie, man, compared to One Battle After Another, I'm like, PTA has definitely lost something. Or here's the thing, guys, and we have to remember this too. And I'm putting Nolan in this camp.
Yeah,
Hollywood needs this system to succeed, right? And they probably showed up to PTA's door with a truckload of money and said, "Hey, we need you to do this movie," right? In the same way, I'm sure they did with Nolan with the Odyssey. They probably begged them. They probably showed up with a truckload of money. Because if you think about those works, when you think about One Battle After Another and the Odyssey, those are very, and look, as an artist, I get it. You want to kind of, spread your wings a little bit and do something different. But those are really not in their wheelhouse, right? Like One Battle After Another is not in PTA's wheelhouse at all, and neither was the Odyssey. So that tells me that it wasn't just they wanted to do these projects. I think they were,
forced.
Well, no,
I won't say forced. They probably weren't forced.
I don't know.
They were seduced.
And
they were definitely seduced.
There's a little bit of that. Like I can agree there's a little bit of seduction, but like PTA has been saying he wanted to make that movie for years because it's kind of.
But they all have to say that. They all have to say shit like that, right? It's like people who are like, "Oh, I've been comic book fans my whole life," right? Like Scarlett Johansson and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here! Like you were a comic book fan your whole life, Scarlett.
Yeah,
really?
right.
Well, it's like Nolan said he wanted to make this movie for 28 years. Yeah,
I never got that.
I doubt it. Considering Nolan hates fantasy, I doubt he wanted to make this movie for 20-something years.
Here's the question before we move on. How do you, because we're going to talk about the Odyssey in a minute, because I still have a bone to pick with that bastard. Not about the movie, we're going to go through the numbers.
We're going to be like a little detail in every show.
I will not let go. That bastard.
The year is 2034. George is still picking bones with this movie.
Until I make a Odyssey movie and shove it up his ass. Anyway, but the AI, how is AI actually going to play into I wonder, you think AI will reduce the years between seasons?
Here's the thing, George. You cannot write a script with AI.
No, I know you can, but can you reduce the shooting time? Like if you go, okay, we have season. Can AI be used to go back to what we used to have? The season ends 4 months later, you get another show.
But we did that without AI back in the day. Why would we?
I don't know why they can't do it today. I'm just saying, because Jeff Bridges did an hour conversation yesterday. I'm not going to show the whole hour, but he basically was talking about how AI is, killing every actor's job, and he's taking the Michael Caine route. He's taking the Michael Caine route of you can't beat him, join him.
Steven Lisberger, who came up with this idea of Tron. Yeah, we shot it in black and white, 70 millimeter black and white, all hand tinted by these Korean women. All our costumes were in black and white. We would go into this black and white box, this sound stage. The special effect, everything was black duvetine with
Rick
white
Rubin?
adhesive tape.
Rick Rubin. Looks like Rubin.
Yeah, that was our special effects, Then they did it all in post, colors that would make it glow and shit. And then you'd go outside after being in that black and white, and color, oh my gosh. Color would hit you like a ton of bricks.
Off their ass in this
So now we've done the second one. I'm scanned. They do a scan so they can jack with me, digitally. And they did that. And so that's basically what the first movie was all about, getting scanned into a computer. Now it's happening in real time. And so I could play a younger version of myself. But it was kind of primitive. I thought I looked more like Bill Maher than I did myself. Didn't matter that much. Now the whole
I love Jeff Bridges
stuff is so much more advanced.
He's not wrong either. He did look like Bill
We had
Maher.
all these dots on our faces, and now they don't do any of that. Now it's scary. So just that is leaps and bounds. What that AI does, and pretty soon I'll be out of gig, man. I mean, what? I'll probably lease my image. Say we want a combo De Niro, Bridges, and let's put some Andy Garcia in there. See what happens. A little more Garcia, a little more. I mean, that's not too far off. I mean, they can do it already.
Yeah. He's not wrong. Actually.
So anyway, he's deciding to. To license his image. And yesterday they made that Disney announced that they're making that deal with TikTok to license their most famous characters, so they can be including, Star Wars, Disney.
I'm always torn on the AI issue, man, because I feel like for me, I won't say I'm a film purist, but
you are.
I am to some degree, and
you are.
I am, and as someone who has loves just the art of filmmaking itself, I'm a little torn because I do see the benefits of AI. Like I do see where in certain aspects, right? At least when it comes to special effects, it could be used, right? And the thing is, I'm thinking more of the indie filmmaker, right? The guy who doesn't have Disney money to make the movie he wants to make. If that guy can use AI to help make his movie, right? Not make his movie, but help make it. I don't know if I'm against that, man. Like I feel like, we've all had stories we want to tell. We all had movies we want to make. And we were limited by our resources, right? But if AI kind of levels that playing field a little bit for me, I can't say I'm fully against it either. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of like.
But I saw that Kilmer flick. The one where he was AI, where they used AI to bring him in and his voice in it.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I'm for that.
It didn't sit well with me, and it didn't come off well. It was surreal.
I think I think it's always going to be like that. I'm okay with it so long as the person themselves are the one that signs off on it. It's when their family does it like posthumously that I'm a little weird.
Kilmer's did, but they said he wanted to make this film for like 20 years, so they were fulfilling his.
Yeah, it's like it's never gonna look real fully. It'll look kind of real and sound kind of real. But if it's like if the person themselves signs off on it, that's part of, and they're not being held at gunpoint by their family to do it, and they're not they're of sound mind. I'm totally cool with it. Whether or not I'm going to be interested in watching it is a completely different thing, but I'm cool with them using it to recreate a person. It's when it's greed by like a grandson or something that's where it's going to start to be a huge problem, I think.
What about you, Paul?
Well, my thoughts are that, for instance, when people talk about AI, they're talking about effects-laden movies and can they save money on effects-laden scripts, and I think what we need is less dystopian entertainment that requires that stuff. My Dinner with Andre was more interesting to watch than any dozen movies that I could describe that has got explosions and have people's heads blowing off. And I think we need to go back to writing, character writing. If you take a look at what was the Sideways, the movie about the
love that movie.
There was no special effects required with that, and that's a fun, well-written movie. I would rather see good, well-written stuff. The Sopranos does not need
no, it doesn't.
It does not need special. It was a bug.
Amadeus. What about Amadeus? Remember the original that came out?
Well, I mean, those costumes are expensive. But
So I'm not talking about expensive stuff. I think we need to write less expensive movies that are character-driven and really full of emotions and
professional.
Just a lot of fun, and don't even worry about it. I mean, I'm seeing too many young filmmakers getting too enamored with being Cameron, and no, forget it. Like,
We need more Curry Barkers. We need more Curry Barkers doing Obsession.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
that's
absolutely.
a story. That's a character.
But here's the problem:
character-driven story.
Before Curry Barker and before Parsons, the problem is that most people today make movies based on box office, right?
Sure.
They don't make movies based on art. They don't make movies based on quality. It's box office. It's can this movie make money in the theater, right? So that's why it's so riddled with superhero films or
but
that's Hollywood.
Films,
I'm talking about filmmakers. Filmmakers make films because of what's burning in their heart.
Sure,
right? Because they have a desire to tell a story instead of just, I just want to make some money. I just want to turn out, get some box or some Oscar buzz or whatever. It's like, no, we need storytellers again. All right. We need people that want to sit down and spin us a good yarn and really dive into a character on a mission or somebody in danger or whatever. We need that again because we don't have that right now in Hollywood. And that's the reason why audiences really ain't messing with Hollywood like that. They'll go and watch everything else except Hollywood.
Yeah,
and that's the reason why the box office was struggling until we get a Spider-Man Brand New Day. Again, which feels like an authentic, like, hey, somebody actually wanted to tell a good story about Spider-Man. It's not about saving the universe. It's just about a simple story. Peter Parker, missing his friends, trying to do some good in the world, and he gets caught up in a situation. That's a story I want to watch instead of this nonsense that Hollywood just keeps churning out. All right, we need less Mando and Grogu's and more backrooms and more obsessions. That's what I want.
All of that again comes back to directors, man. We don't have directors with balls anymore, man.
Storytellers, that's what I'm saying.
Dude.
Well, they keep hiring women. That's where all the balls went. That's the problem.
Yeah, man. I mean, we just don't have like those kind of cowboy, like we're gonna get this thing done no matter what kind of thing. I always tell that story about Werner Herzog when he used to chase Klaus Kinski around the set with an axe, right? Like, we need directors like that, man. Like, we need guys who are just like, hey, fuck you, we're getting this movie done, and put actors in their place, right? Like, we just don't have those kind of guys anymore, man.
Yes, agreed, 100%. And the thing about it is you got all these executives, and I think that's the big issue that back in the day, Hollywood was ran by filmmakers, by, the executives weren't like a bunch of corpos, sitting in business suits. These are guys that love film. That's why I'm so excited about David Ellison running Paramount, because he actually likes film. He actually is a film fan, instead of just some like Bob Iger guy that just rose up through the corporate ranks or whatever. I want a film fan, somebody that loves and is passionate about it. Because when you get that passion going through Hollywood, that's when Hollywood's going to turn around. As long as it's just corporate suits, the C-suite or whatever running Hollywood, you're going to continue to see what's happening.
But let me correct myself though. Hollywood, it's not that there's not directors with balls; it's that they're not allowed to have balls.
No, storytellers. But you need storytellers. Remember what Lucas said to Charlie Rose years ago, and he said it at Cannes. And then they had asked him, what's wrong with modern day Hollywood? He goes, well, the studios used to be run by businessmen who were creatives, who were storytellers, that could understand stories. He goes, today it's just corporations, their marketing departments, and HR. I mean, look at Zaslav, how he's run Warner Brothers. I mean, he's a businessman. He doesn't give a shit about stories. Exactly.
Discovery bought Warner Brothers to flip it for a sale. That's what they bought it for.
But
They didn't buy it to live in the house. They didn't buy the house to live in it. They bought it to flip it and turn it around and make a profit off of it. And so all they care about is making money.
In all fairness, Warner had their best year last year. They had a phenomenal year, man. I mean,
you're right.
Warner Brothers kicked ass last year. So I mean, and I'm talking like not just in box office quality. They put out some good
stories?
shit.
How many stories do you remember from them over the last couple of years? I mean, stories. See, to me, that's what it's what I.
Well, I mean, F1 is still like one of my favorites.
Yes, it is. Okay, see there, you have one. That's what I'm talking about. Again, we look at the Odyssey or any modern film today. And I'm gonna keep bringing up. We look at Lord
I
of the
love
Rings.
it. It's always you can't help yourself. You're just like,
well, we look at Lord of the Rings from 25 years ago. It
we
still
look at the
holds
Lord
up.
of the Odyssey rings. It's just
It still holds up, right? Because money is just a measure of popularity.
Well, dude, a good movie is always going to hold up. Excalibur from the
Holds
70s
up, yes.
still holds up. I mean, that's a
Time
great
Bandits.
fucking movie. So
Time Bandits, Usual Suspects, all of those.
Lethal Weapon, like these movies are old, but they hold up today, you know?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Kylie Spetta,
well, there's a reason why cult classics are a thing. Sometimes a great film flies under the radar, doesn't make a lot of money, and then it catches on afterwards. When was the last time we really had something like that happen? Where
we don't have a mechanism,
right?
What do you mean?
The mechanism. We don't have the VHS CD aftermarket.
Yeah, it was like Shawshank, wasn't it? Like Shawshank took off like that.
Yeah, where because it's a pipeline thing. There used to actually be, these buffers too, where it was, there wasn't immediate, it wasn't just right to streaming and all this stuff. There used to actually be negotiations for how long things were going to stay in theaters and stuff. And now you basically, everything is pipelined start to finish, just to get it right to streaming, to just be there, to be on our service. So people will give us $14 a month to maybe watch it. And that's right there. That's what that I think that's the big thing, is that you're even if you are a creative that actually loves it, you're not even being given the projects you're being handed are literal a pipeline of slop to just get it.
There you go, pipeline. Service. Yep, Lady Hawk. How many cult classics did we have that we grew up with? Lady Hawk,
Dragon Slayer, Troll. I mean, we had some great like sci-fi adventure movies back in the day, man.
But they didn't make money, but they're still around. That you can still watch them and still have fun.
But Paul made an excellent point. Paul said, and I completely agree with this 100%, man, is that we don't have, and Matt Damon even talked about this. Back in the day, we could measure things by, okay, there's the box office, but then we have VHS rentals, but then we have DVD rentals, right? There was a metric in which we can like measure how well like these things are doing, and that's where that's how we know there's cult classics, because of the rentals, because of people going to watch it later, right? We don't have that anymore. There's no way to measure anymore outside of box office how well a movie is perceived or does with the general public.
The best way, the only other way that you can kind of do that is watch hours, but that's not as
it's not accurate.
It's not as accurate. It's not, because it's not money translation.
It's not very romantic either. There was something and weirdly it was neat to have a video in my collection that took off,
of course,
afterwards. I don't know why I would think that would be interesting, but it was fun and it was physical and you kind of understood it, as opposed to, hey, I've got these bunch of protons sitting on a server someplace in Indonesia.
So there's an occasional one that might kind of do it. Like I've always said, like K-pop Demon Hunters was one of my favorite movies from
that snuck up on everybody.
And that one kind of did it the new way it would need to be done, where they released it onto Netflix. They're like, oh well, we'll see where it goes, and then it was a cultural phenomenon. But it's so rare to see that anymore because of, like you're saying, the system of which it is. It's not the whole thing is basically it's never going to be the same. I don't think they want to eliminate theaters at a certain point. So
they've made it very, very dry, and they've made it actually more confusing. All the streaming services have a different interface, and I especially object to all the different networks having a different app. Because back in the day, you sat back in the couch and you're surfing and you're going up, 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 and then you start again, up, 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 up. I mean, you can't do that now. Now it's open CBS, close CBS, open NBC. It can't even go between football games on 2 different networks. I mean, they have done everything possible to enshitify our experience.
I agree.
Enshitify, yeah, the enshitifcation of society.
If I was a czar, I would go to the 4 networks at least and say, we're all going to support one app. One app between all of us.
Yeah, but we know that will never happen.
I know,
at minimum, let's get some continuity across their like displays, because that's
Disney Plus is a mess.
No, well, Disney Plus is dead. Come on, when they start talking about making it for free, and
but with Disney Plus, I mean, you still have Hulu, you still have like all these other things, and it's like it's just a fucking mess, man.
They should have just left Hulu alone, but
anyway.
Well, they absorbed that by accident, basically, because they had already bought into it with the other networks, and then they ended up the other networks essentially became part of them. So now they just had the controlling stock of it. A lot of people. That's why it's getting merged. They're like, why are we having both of these?
I just miss when everything was on Netflix.
No,
yeah, it was that.
Yeah,
simple,
that was a lot easier, wasn't it?
like if I wanted to watch The Office, I could just go to Netflix.
Right, but do you remember when you could order the DVDs and you'd get them in packs each month?
Oh, you still technically can do that, just no one really does it anymore.
I love it. What about you, Tyler? Where are you in this whole argument about Hollywood's quality and it's the product they're pumping out?
Well, I don't disagree that the quality's at an all-time low, because I mean, there's so many times I've gone to see something this year where I'm just sitting there going, it was okay, or it was just good enough. Like, there's so many times I did a best of list in the past few years where I just go, this is one of the worst years for movies I've ever seen. And then next year it would just outdo itself in how mediocre it's become, to the point where I know that friends and family of mine, if they remember a movie from the last few years, they'll remember they liked it, and that's just about it. There's no desire to rewatch anything like that. I think the last time I saw a theater play something that was within this past century that was considered a classic was when I saw the 20th anniversary to Little Miss Sunshine, which was that was quite an experience to see in a crowd. Especially to see whether people would laugh at the stuff that you can't see in movies anymore. And yeah, sure enough, the audience lost their shit listening to Alan Arkin exclaim, fuck a lot of women. I don't mean just one woman, a lot of
women. Yeah, I remember that. That was good today. None of that holds up. It's just, I mean, it holds up. The movie holds up. The audience don't get it. Yeah.
And I desperately want to see, like, if there's anything I want to see come back to movie theaters, it's dark comedies, because whenever I hear that advertised these days,
we need a
whenever I hear that advertised these days,
they could never
do Blazing Saddles again, dude.
We need a Blazing Saddles.
My local art house theater playing that for its 50th anniversary next weekend, and I'm fucking going.
What I wouldn't get, please take a picture of
dude. We can never have
thing that they put before the disclaimer before it goes, please.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that we can never have that level of crude comedy ever again.
I don't think they're going to go that far, but also last year I took a friend of mine who had never heard of Monty Python before to see Holy Grail for its 50th anniversary. Long story, to explain why it wouldn't make any sense. She had never heard of it. We were the two that laughed.
You just explained it right there.
You took a
woman. There's that about it.
You took a woman with a sense of humor? Where'd you find her?
There's more of them than you may think.
A quick thing I just wanted to say, though. How much of a fortune would a person make if they were to be able to design an app where you could if they were allowed to, I should say, design an app where you could just say which services you're on and it's all the same heads-up display and it just picks it from whichever one you have. I know that Amazon was trying to do something like that where you could log into various things with their system, but
how much money could you
like that? I just can't talk about it.
How much money could you make if you could, when you had an app where you saw a movie, but it was kind of like The Purge, and when a director put a film out that fucks over an entire culture, you could just hit a button,
and let it change the culture. It fucks over.
Anyway,
And it gives you the director's home address and 24 hours to do whatever you want to them.
Yeah, we
all
use
crime is legal. At this
George's going to beat Christopher Nolan with a bag of nickels, man.
Right?
And one somewhere to go get the GIMP, you know.
There was a time
Yeah,
when
the last-
25% of all movies that were released every year, 20 to 25% were comedies. And
It
they
used
didn't
to be,
need
yeah.
raunchy. You have everything from Dave, which is one of my all-time favorite comedies with Sigourney Weaver.
The president one? The president
One, yeah, Dave. It's a wonderful, gentle, sort of Cary Grant throwback
I
agree.
comedy.
Yeah.
And we need a wide range of stuff. We don't need all things being
4 quadrant films.
Yeah, we don't need everything to be whatever happened to, what about Mary? I watched Anaconda on the plane to Japan, and I was howling with laughter so hard. The people
Which
around me.
Anaconda? The new one or the old
Yeah, the new
one?
one. Just
okay.
underrated
I heard it wasn't
comedy. Like I was like compared to Naked Gun and Scream, the horror one with the Wayans brothers. Scary movie. Both of those were massive disappointments, and Anaconda was just, I was killing myself laughing, and I was really surprised and happily surprised that it was that funny, and we just need more comedies, and there's the argument that don't make enough money overseas, and I did a survey, like just a survey of myself going through ChatGPT, like movies everywhere from Arsenic and Old Lace to the present.
wow.
What were their box offices and what were their budgets? A shockingly large percentage actually made back their money. Even a movie like The Producers, which I thought initially was a complete money loser, it was not. And then you had the Pink Panther movies, which are like hugely
I missed
profitable.
those.
And so the thing is, it can be done, but you need management at the studios with a sense of humor.
Well, and you also need a low budget, man.
But they can be done easily low budget. Anaconda was not done.
You would think so, man. But sometimes I feel these studios, man, like they don't understand how money works, right? It's like, look, I understand having a huge budget for Lord of the Rings. We don't need a huge budget for The Hangover. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's what I said earlier. It's now you're forced to
Bridesmaid.
hire X number of people for the writing room, raises your price. This number of people raises the cost. But also the concept of the largest number box office is what has seduced a lot of these executives.
Yes.
It's
Superhero
not the
movies killed us.
profitability necessarily.
Correct.
What's
And
the rom-com? Sorry, go ahead, Darko.
I was just saying, they all want to break the next record. They want to be big. There's a reason why opening weekend starts on Wednesday and ends on Monday now. It's not because, and it's not because we've made the weekend better for people who have off of work. It's because they want the number to be larger.
Yeah.
By 5 years from now, the opening weekend will start on Monday and on Monday. I mean,
back in the day, studios were happy to get singles and doubles. And they've got a triple, they were happy. A home run was a bonus that they didn't anticipate. Now, because of the superhero movies, everything has to be a home run. That has been,
but that's because they keep dumping so much money into them. It's like, look, man, like if you drop like, okay, and I know we can't keep using this example because it's rare and it doesn't never happen, but like with Backrooms, right? That was what, $1 million to make, right? It's made how much back? Like 400 million or something crazy like that. So I feel like, unfortunately, that's a rare thing in Hollywood now, right? To buy in small.
Well, look at Robert Eggers.
And come out bigger.
He goes small, $40-50 million budgets. He doesn't go crazy.
But, well, I mean, here's a better one. The other one, starting with C, that came out at the same time, sort of the internet movie, the Concession, or what's it called?
Or Obsession?
Obsession. Yeah. That was $10 million. So that's a better example, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but even 10 mil is small, man. For
no, I get it, and it made like what, $123 million. I mean,
what's the name of the rom-com? But what's the name of the rom-com that just released? The one that was supposed to be about sex, but they didn't want to show sex in it because of the fact
One Night Only.
Hell,
That's
that
One
was
Night Only.
so awful.
What movie is
My
this?
God,
the rom-com.
One Night Only.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be like there's no sex all year except one night.
There's no sex all year.
So-
It's like the Purge. It's like the Purge. where
the
you don't
reverse
have
purge.
sex.
Okay, hold on.
I have seen this because this was the Monday mystery last week, and
Okay.
Tell us.
For reasons I can't explain, I sat through it either
you can
way.
explain
But yeah,
them. Go ahead.
it is the purge where sex is only legal like that one night.
Oh.
And yeah, come
So
to
it's
think of
marriage.
it, there was more.
Yeah, I was about to
Marriage.
say
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they
Yeah,
literally
pretty
have
much.
like everybody has a tattoo that tracks your dopamine. So like if you're single,
Oh.
it's red. If you're married, it's green. One night only, it's literally a green light for everybody. But yeah, for a movie about that, the closest thing to a raunchy sex scene, I'm not even kidding, is LeVar Burton and Molly Ringwald getting down while wearing bubble wrap.
What?
I mean,
Was it funny though?
As much as Molly Ringwald has shat on John Hughes recently, the more problematic moments of those movies were more dignified than this.
Wow.
Because
It
those
wasn't-
didn't go
didn't
out
they-
of-
I read-
those didn't go out
I
of their way
never
to
want
make
to
her
see a
look
sex scene
trashy.
between Molly Ringwald and LeVar Burton.
Talk about
what
Don't
the
worry, you don't.
fuck are
They
we
don't do
doing
it.
here?
They don't actually have sex. It's just insinuating.
No, you don't see the
Wow.
sex. It's just
Yeah.
her.
No,
saying-
a movie
I
about
read-
sex has no sex
No
in it.
sex. That's the
So-
point.
Not at
because I
all.
read an
Right.
article.
So was
so
it
the
Raping Rainbow?
closest-
Raping.
Oh God.
Jesus.
That was
No,
we
well-
think
I read earlier that the director like recorded a scene with the main actress where it's like a full frontal scene. Then he pulled it from the movie, but he still has like the original copies.
yes,
For
they're
himself.
really-
Like
I can think of.
I'm like,
one,
so
right?
you.
I can think of.
Well, I mean, that's the most
creative.
creative way I've ever seen for someone to get what they
But
want.
no,
there's-
Paul, you asked the question. Was it funny? No. Nothing humorous at all in this rom-com. It's situations where some attempts at humor, but none of it was funny.
I'm not convinced those were even attempts. Like I said this in my video. Like this one night only.
Well,
was
the
everything
characters,
I
like
hate.
the old lady that was taking them to the club, and like that lady was supposedly funny. I guess I don't know. I think they were trying to make her funny or humorous because she had this weird, like, okay, you're gonna sleep with me, and I'm just this old pushy woman, and I was just like, I don't know. I didn't find any part of that entire thing funny, but I think they were trying to be funny.
Well,
It's
they were
the
trying,
reason-
but for me, the main reason is what I hate most about modern comedies. They seem to think that saying the same fucking sentences over and over again counts as a punchline, or that it's allegedly improv. And I'm just sitting there going, changing one word of this doesn't make it funny. Like it's either filler or the actors just
are dumb.
It doesn't help that they didn't hire comedians. They hired like people allegedly based on sex appeal, although Callum Turner's eyelids are so small they barely open, so like he's not even, I can't even see him be appealing. I like Monica Barbaro, but again, like she doesn't wear anything, like she's not
Revealing?
unattractive, but they don't go out of her way to make her look attractive, and when they do,
Oh, that's just
Turner-
modern Hollywood,
Turner
man.
keeps out.
Yeah.
They take attractive women and they ugly them up, dude.
Yeah.
It's that we need more hot
She looks
women full
sexy.
frontal. That's what we need.
I will say,
but when you read the director and the producer talking about why they didn't include sex, it's like because they go Gen Z, it gets disgusted seeing sex.
Yeah,
in the
they
theater.
do. That's
feel
correct.
That's a fucking
It's
lie.
icky. It's gross.
They feel
I hate it.
uncomfortable.
Then
That's
why
not-
make a movie about sex?
I know.
Well, they didn't. They made one that's about not sex for most of the year. It's 99.9% of the year. You can't do it. So therefore,
Yeah, but the payoff to this has to be, well, you go a whole year, there has to be like some major sex scene, right? Like that's
Well,
the payoff.
but,
That's
the payoff could have
Toronto.
been that you wait a year and then it's done like that, and it's like, well, shit, I got to wait a whole.
What is it? Oh, I think Dark Hour.
He froze for
He has a
second
technical
there.
problem.
I'll be back.
Sorry, I froze
Well,
for a second.
there-
My computer like spaz.
No problem.
hear
Well,
me?
since
yeah, we can hear you.
we go ahead.
Okay. I can you still see me? That's the
No,
question.
we can. You're frozen. You're frozen. I can see you, but you're frozen.
Okay, well, I'm still here. Yeah, my computer like spaz. I'm gonna restart it, but I'll
No
be right
problem.
back.
Okay. Well, let me take a few super chats and then we will continue the great no sex debate. Blitzen gifted 5 Georgia Giant Slayer memberships. Way to go, Blitzen. Everybody, please go thank Blitzen once again with his great support. Thank you for that. Hembry Jeremiah for $5. How can the new Superman and the new Spider-Man film both had how can the new Superman and the new Spider-Man film both had good redhead characters in it?
I don't remember any redheads in Superman.
No, neither do I.
Who's the redhead in Superman?
Was it Jimmy Olsen?
Oh,
no,
was he? He wasn't redhead, was he? Oh, it was the one with the shrimp toes. Was she redheaded? The one that Jimmy called
shrimp toes? The blonde girl.
The blonde. I don't remember redhead. Well, let me know, Henry Jeremiah. Who was the redhead in Superman? I can't remember. TGB Monster for $2. Hi, everyone. And you don't have to send a super chat to remind me, Henry. Just post it in the chat. And if I don't see it, Istophobos, Lothoth, or Eric Carroll, let me know. TGB Monster for $2. Hello, everyone. TGB Monster again gifted one Georgia Giant Slayer membership. Bless you. Bless you, my friend. That's the way to go.
Not enough.
Can always take more. I can get a new camera.
Yeah, that was weird. My screen, like all my screens went black at the same time. I was like, shit, what the hell just happened?
Usually when it happens to me, it's when we start speaking the truth. You know, my camera. TGB Monster again for $5. Netflix said The Witcher Season 5 isn't coming until 2027. No one cares to where the crickets aren't going to bother making noise. Okay, that is exactly what's going on with Rings of Pandering Season 3. Season 1, they played, get this, it took over 2.5 months. They did the promo for 6 months. They lost, almost 70% of their audience. Then you had Season 2. It played for 6 weeks. Season 3, they're releasing it on November 11th, where they're dropping half the season. November 18th, they drop 2 episodes. November 25th, it wraps up with the final 2. They know their product is such shit, and it's a product, not a story, that they don't want the YouTubers, reviewers to crater it. Plus, they don't want people, I believe, watching the ratings every week as they slide. So they're like, cool, in 4 weeks, the whole season will be done. They won't have that 8-week story of, okay, week 1, it dropped in half. Week 2, it dropped another half. Week 3, there's nobody left. So damage control. Thank you for that, TGV Monster.
Which is why I like network TV. For instance, Cop Rock was one of the most expensive TV shows of that era.
Oh my God,
to ever
Cop
be
Rock.
filmed, and it was killed after 4 shows.
Oh.
Done. Doesn't matter that there's another 10 in the can. You are gone. That's it.
Yep.
None of this stuff like where they're hanging, like The Witcher is like desperately hanging on. Please kill it. Like don't even bother.
Just shoot it out of the gun.
Just shoot it.
Yeah.
Be done, or have it marry the rom-com. Have Witcher in a rom-com.
Whoever came up with Cop Rock should never have worked in Hollywood again after that.
Of course not.
That was one of the worst fucking things I've ever seen in my life.
And you know who was the music director? Randy Newman.
Randy Newman.
Wow.
I'm not surprised.
And they actually had a pretty good roster of composers.
Are you sure Christopher Nolan didn't produce it?
Because I do my my TV guide fall season ones, and I did that last time and learned a lot about that show.
Off, motherfucker.
Now you're the one with the problem.
Oh, 42 for 5 pounds. I think the sweet spot is between 12 and 15 episodes. 6 to 10 is too short. 22 to 24 had a lot of filler. The first season of Buffy has a good place. I like 12 to 15. I do. I like
Apple.
it.
I think it depends on the premise.
Apple does 10.
Yeah, they do.
Not enough.
I think 10 to 12 is solid.
Yeah,
I really think it depends on the premise. I think that you could have a solid 20 to 24 episode show, but it needs to be something that you could use that for. Like 24, for instance, was a great concept.
That was a perfect example of
that's the difference.
Yeah.
but obviously comedy shows where sitcoms work for that. It's because the situation mostly changes day to day. Now, obviously, if you're going to have a continuous story start to finish, it's a little harder to do.
Those first 4 seasons of 24 were gold, man.
They're coming back. Cooper Sutherland's, they're bringing it back.
Oh, don't bring it back. The problem is they tried to bring it back before, and it sucked, man.
But they brought it back for that limited series. They're bringing it back. He said they're working on a movie and a series. It was 7 months ago. And I like the original, but then it started, it's repeating. It was just the same thing. Detailed Devil for $5. I finished Manifest series, 10 out of 10 on Netflix. A complete story on faith, love, forgiveness, the human spirit, and reaching for divine through space and time. Romans 8:28. Oh, I'm going to check that out. Detailed Devil. Bless you for that. The Manifest series. All right. Got some great minds here. All 42 for £5. I think we need original films like a modern day black and white noir. But who could be possibly making something like this? I have no idea. Yeah, they did some. Yeah, well, I like Spider Noir, by the way, and there's a lot of good stuff.
Spider Noir was great.
I loved it. I had a fun time,
I
good story, and Christopher Nolan had nothing to do with it. Thank you all.
We got to get this Christopher Nolan George boxing match going like soon.
He just went to Korea. Okay, we're going to talk about it in 20 minutes just to go over the numbers because they have all these Hollywood critics and magazines are putting up this, the Odyssey just crossed $1 billion. So I went through the numbers. I called Dante up the other day. Remember, I was like, how are they selling this lie? The movie cost $250 million to make. Forbes says the marketing was 125. My source says 250. I'm like, okay, let's stick with 125 with Forbes. The movie theaters in America get 45 to 50% of the theater ticket. In Europe, they get 42 to 47. China keeps 75%. So let's just make it 45 across the board. Nolan and his wife get 20% of the gross because they cut the same deal with Oppenheimer. So at $1 billion, the movie is either at minus 15 million or at plus 25 million. How is that a success? They sold a lot of tickets, haven't made any money.
Well, I mean, that's what they're looking at. They're looking at the ticket sales. They're looking at the box office. So
cool. That means
George, the normies don't know that, bro. Okay, the normies don't know all of that box office math that you just kicked. All they're going to see is $1 billion. It made $1 billion. It's a success, and that's the headline that Hollywood needed. They needed this movie to make $1 billion. It made $1 billion. Hollywood won. All right, that's how they're looking at it.
Whether we like it or not, whether we try to spin about it.
Of course, they're lying,
but nobody's going to care. Like the rest of the world, like us here in this mix, yeah, we know the truth. Everybody else is just like, well, it made $1 billion. The $1 billion has always been the mark of success, in Hollywood. That's just the way things have been for, several years, especially lately when fewer and fewer films are making $1 billion. So if you hit $1 billion, you're going to look like a winner no matter what.
I do think that the normie is starting to catch on a little bit more though, because of how things like Obsession and stuff this year have kind of pushed I think there's a few more people that might have known it by the end of the year.
As time goes on, more and more people will get hip to the game. But at the end of the day, most people are still going to just say, "Oh, it made $1 billion. It's successful." What are you talking about?
Well, yeah, all your argument like Obsession with that. Obsession and Back Rooms are undeniable successes,
because
right? Like you can say what you want. I mean, again, $10 million buy-in, and you're leaving with $400 or $500 million. That's a win.
That's a success. That's a bigger success than Nolan.
They're going to say Doomsday is a success. Regardless of how much money Doomsday makes, there will be headlines saying Doomsday made $1 billion. Doomsday is a raging
even though it cost
success.
$700 million to make.
Exactly. Marvel is back. You're going to see all of that. All right, just get ready for it. Even though we know, oh man, this movie is a giant failure if it only barely ekes over $1 billion.
I mean, otherwise, with all the failures, with all the failures, they now have a baseline. We only lost $400 million. Yeah,
that's crazy.
The baseline.
What was like the dude, the guy who did play Shang-Chi, where
oh my god,
he bragged about his movie losing money.
Yeah.
But think about it. They're going out and they're saying this movie made $1 billion. It's like saying McDonald's. Yeah, they sell the most quarter pounders in the world, but no one fucking says they're like Augustus Schofield. They're not the grail of burgers. Cool. You sold 1 million pieces of plastic. Anyway, it drives me crazy. Detailed over $5. Spider Noir 33, a bit too diverse. A New York Post hired first. What?
The saying Spider Noir takes place in 1933, but the first New York Post black hired
36. Yeah, that's
36.
Okay. It was.
We're also talking about a movie where a guy like swings from buildings, and a guy has like powers of electricity inside of him. So I mean,
I will say
it was never going to be
I like
accurate.
the black and white. I like the black and white. I watched one episode of The Color. I prefer the black and white. All right. Since we talked about in the beginning the balls or no balls new basketball team, let's go to the video. Sophie Cunningham this week started it all when she was asked a simple question.
about wanting to protect young girls. On that same vein, in that story with ESPN, you talked about wanting to protect young girls who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Just can you expand your viewpoint on that?
I mean, I think I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense. And I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children. And that's little girls who are also involved in that category. And so I stand on what I said, and I always believe that.
Yeah, do you...
Me too. Especially, have you seen her that's when I started paying attention to the WNBA. Have you seen her game routine that she does?
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
I know way too much about this girl.
Me and
Sunday doing some research, right?
Yes, you have to dig into Sophie to understand.
I mean, you got this like tall, gorgeous, like based, woman out there fighting the good fight. It warrants some looking into.
Look, it's all for health benefits. This is for pure health. Sophie Cunningham wanted everybody to understand how you get in shape when you're going to work out. And I've been showing it to everybody because I'm like, people must understand what she goes through to get ready for a game.
I mean, yeah.
She's not wrong.
That is called isolation.
There you go.
If every WNBA player looked like her, it would make more money than the NBA and
NFL. Oh God, yeah.
Dude, I've been saying that, man. I've been shouting that from the mountaintops, man. Like, look, there's this thing I watch sometimes. I don't watch it all the time, but there's this thing called lingerie football, right?
Oh, I kind of figured you were going this route.
And I'm just saying, every show or every stadium is packed in those games. So take that what you will, take that information and run with it. But I'm just saying, if they were a little bit more attractive, they might get a lot more viewers watching them.
I just released a video on it, so I can talk. I think I have some ideas that are quite original in it, just in terms of how the WNBA have backed themselves into a corner on this, and ironically could be very helpful for all of us who are trying to fight the good fight with regards to wokeism and those of us who dabble into just getting some sense into this gender nonsense. The WNBA might actually be the locus, the focus point for a whole bunch of changes, but I'll get back to that later. I mean, to me, it's really all about the product. I mean, the bad thing that Caitlin Clark coming to the NBA, one of the bad things that happened out of that is that we all saw how bad the product was.
Right.
Like that's, I'm very harsh in my video. I do not want to see a bunch of ghetto lesbians missing 3-point shots all game, not being able to do layups. This is just not an entertaining product.
But I'm curious, you were watching the game?
Yes.
I was just watching Sophie Cunningham.
No. and then Carrington, what she did to Cunningham the other day. Yesterday, that was just.
That was ridiculous, man.
The thing I don't understand.
At the ball. She just went straight in and tried to take her head off, man. That was ridiculous.
Didn't she knock out some of her
all
teeth?
The black chicks are angry that the white chicks are the ones bringing the eyes to the product.
Bingo.
He's right though, man. Yes.
I mean, look, I've been saying this for a while, man. Like the WNBA, it's weird to me that since their inception, okay, they have not been a profitable company at all, right? The NBA has subsidized that company since it started, right? It started about 20-something years ago, right? So they haven't made a profit in 20 years. First of all, name any business that can survive not making a profit for 20 years, right?
No.
But we'll forget that for right now. So they haven't made a profit. Here now you have a woman, Caitlin Clark, who comes into the game, who is literally putting asses in seats, right? She is the reason why you women, why you lesbians are getting paid, and you are trying your best to take her out of the league. You're trying your best to like knock her around and force her hand to like move on to something else. It's like you are only eating because of her.
Correct.
You gotta understand, women, man. Women hate women.
Number one, the WNBA is really roller derby. Number two, and I've been listening to them. They feel resentful about what it is that they get. They feel that they should get more, but there's not enough. For what? That's I mean, it's the Megan Rapinoe issue. No one is coming to watch your games. You're not getting a percentage of the stadium, but no. We need to be paid as much as the guys are paid.
I know that's insanity.
This insanity, and the thing is, people shouldn't be putting up with it.
That's not how professional sports works.
Guys don't work that way.
No, the problem is here's the problem with the WNBA. The problem is they have way too many teams, and there's not enough talent to spread it out over.
Yes,
I think they started with like 8 teams, and they actually were a lot better at the very beginning when they had like Lisa Leslie and Cheryl Swoops playing. They were a lot better. The product on the floor was better. Now they've expanded so fast, and this they don't have enough talented basketball players in the world to fill up. I don't know how many teams they got now, but it's too many. They need to scale back, go down to like 5 or 6 teams, and then just put out a good quality product on the floor, and then let the sport build from there.
So what you're saying is less lesbians, more men. That's why they're pushing it.
Well, I mean that.
Look, here's the thing, George. If they really want to open that door, I welcome it, dude. I welcome it. I want to see I want to see ex-NBA players, suit up in a WNBA uniform. I want to see them go out there and score 700 points a game.
Well, look at this. This is Natalie Nakase. I'm just gonna play her part. So she now. Because all the coaches are now having to respond to Sophie Cunningham. Here's her response. She was the coach of the year, former coach of the year.
Thank you for that question. I think just in terms of how I'm seeing it is, if I could answer with for me, sports is about belonging. It's about.
I thought sports was about playing. Anyway,
inclusivity.
Yeah, inclusivity. Where does sports come with inclusivity? Like, how?
It's not about inclusivity. This is why this league fails, because they have idiots like this coaching in it. Man,
this is the new vocabulary, though.
I know, but it's about competing.
Sports has never been inclusive, dude. The best gets on the team. That's how.
Best make it.
The best make it.
If anything, it's exclusive. Yeah, we're excluding all the scrubs that can't play. All right, this is the best of the best of the best. That's that.
This is
but you know what this reeks of? This reeks of people who grew up with participation trophies, right? Like everybody wins. There are no losers.
You know what the problem is? They're treating it like porn. Anybody can do it.
No, I mean,
not anyone can do it.
I know, but I'm talking about OnlyFans today. That's what it is. It's porn. They're like sports WNBA is like OnlyFans.
I mean, maybe nowadays, but there used to be an art to porn.
50.
Wow. A production quality.
They had to figure out how to get the cable guy or the plumber into the house. It was, and also cutting a hole in the pizza. It was very, you had to make sure you did it right. It was
one pepperoni for you. Yeah. There you go.
One salami.
Sausage. You guys are getting it all wrong. You're getting it all wrong. I've watched enough of this to know it's a sausage pizza.
It's about allowing everyone to be their authentic self.
No, it's not.
I'm big on that.
She's big on that. Okay, whatever.
That sounded like it was somebody in the crowd yelling it, by the
way. No soup for you. I like what 21 Pelicans said.
Criticize for my height, for my ethnicity.
So she's angry. What is she short?
I mean, short Asian lady. I guess that's.
I mean, Nakase probably. Yeah.
She's got a little midget complex on top of it. Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been in those "you shouldn't belong here" many times, and for me, I don't want that space, especially Golden State, to ever feel like that. So I'm all about women, little girls deserving to play, and that includes trans women.
I don't know if you know this, but
it's Cantor. Let's go, man.
I don't know if she knows this, but even in men's sports, if you lose, it's exclusive. They'll make fun of you at the game. They'll make fun of you online. There's
exactly.
I think what we need is we need to get. They started it with the Olympics. Just start putting men's boxers. Just right. That'll end it real quick once everyone's going to the hospital. It'll just
that
no,
was really
dude.
tragic to
Honestly,
watch,
I think we need to see this foolishness through to the end, man.
Well,
I think,
just let it play out.
Let it play out.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm obviously I'm going around about it, but like just let it play out, and then just when it's all said and done, we'll just strike all of these records from the record.
Well,
here's
okay. Here's the bullshit of one of many is that one player, and I can't remember who, called out the Eris and Wade, or the black former NBA guy who has said that he's going to go to the trials. Royce.
Yeah, I got him
so
right here.
Eris and Royce. So, or Ennius and Royce.
I got him.
And
Ennius Cantor.
Yeah. Well, his last name is now Freedom.
Yeah. Ennius Cantor Freedom.
Anyways, the point is, this one WNBA player was really mad because they thought it was a stunt. And I'm going, okay, what about a grapist switches their authenticity, so they end up in women's prison, and you're not complaining about it? That somehow is okay. But two dudes from the NBA who are now claiming to switch so they can go to the trials, that's somehow inauthentic. And I think one of the biggest jokes about this is that what is there going to be their criteria? You two guys can't come to the trials because you're normal.
Right.
Right.
Wow.
See, this is the corner. This is the corner they paint themselves into, man. You don't have to prove you're trans anymore. All you have to do is say the words, right? Just say, I am trans. And here's the thing: they have to take you at your word, right? You don't have to prove it. You don't have to shave your beard. You don't have to cut your balls off.
Royce White answered that question. Royce White answered that question. He's like, ding dong pizza guy in a dress.
Yeah. I mean, look, if they wanted to, if they really wanted to, they can play it up a little bit. Like he could show up with some lipstick on.
He could,
maybe a wig or two.
Just put a little bow in his ear,
little blush.
No,
right there in his hair. No. He don't have to do
eyelash extension.
He's gonna go all the way. You watch. This guy is committed.
Well, earlier this week, I made the announcement. I'm transgender. I'm a woman. I identify as sometimes identifying as a woman for purposes of basketball, professional basketball. So I'll be declaring for the WNBA draft in 2027 as well. I think I'd be unstoppable. From the month of
this to the month of this,
but I'm a team first guy.
I'd be unstoppable.
I'm a pass.
How many points do you think he'd score a game?
He'd easily score 295 points a game.
He was a first-round draft. A first-round draft. Come on. And then you have...
It'd be like that scene in Teen Wolf where he's just like dominating the team and shit.
I like how he actually said, by the way, I'm a team first guy and all of that.
That would be unstoppable, man.
Yeah, and I won't slow down once a month.
True.
Yeah, and I won't disappear for half the year for being pregnant. So.
And then
they have welcomed this foolishness into their league.
Of course.
They've screwed themselves. Now, the other point that I wanted to make is that they, depending on what choice they make, they're in tough, because either they go
or get sued.
Women are adult human females, which the entire woke crowd will go stark raving ape shit over, or they go trans women are women, right? That's their only binary choice. That's it. So they are under huge pressure because they're a woke organization. If they do go with the sex answer, that it's going to be biological sex, that is going to have a profound effect on everything, because it's very different from Matt Walsh putting out this comedic
What is a woman? Yeah.
What is a woman, which is, that side of the equation could completely disavow this documentary, because he was a nasty little white man and we don't have to deal with him. But if the WNBA actually goes by sex, this could very easily and quickly collapse most of the transgender argument across the United States. It's a bellwether. This is huge. I'm not joking.
Oh, it's big. Because we haven't even gotten Congress. What was it? Or not Congress. What's her name? Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, she can't even define what a woman is. We have people in our government that can't give us a clear definition of what is a woman. All right, Matt Walsh should be he should be cranking that video back up right now, man, because that's the issue. What is a woman? We haven't been able to identify or describe that clearly in our halls of Congress and even in the Supreme Court. And so now this could be like, hey, we have an organization that has clearly defined what a woman is, because it absolutely affects their day-to-day business operations, so on and so forth. So I think this is like, I agree with you, Paul. I think this is huge.
Well, here you go. Well, here you go. Josh Hawley, I'm going to show you this. Tried this week to get a doctor in Congress to define what a woman is for this case. You know who I think is also going to go before I play this clip? Dennis Rodman. You know we're about to hear from Dennis Rodman. He's going to be like, I'm a woman.
Well,
you know that's coming.
But he's legit. Too legit to quit.
You should see the video. It's nuts.
Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics. Absolutely. So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
can men get pregnant?
Many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women. That
can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
let me just remind you, you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political tool. And
no, yes/no questions are about the truth, doctor.
I mean, it's insane. She just
this is why we can't have nice things, because we got idiots like this running the country.
I mean, so she just keeps going.
The sketch for this is Clarice, you've got prostate cancer, but I can't operate on you because you're a woman. Sorry.
Your insurance doesn't cover it.
Doesn't cover it because you're a woman.
Well, I got to say though, what I'm looking forward to is when, I mean, it's all jokes right now, but at some point, you know,
it's serious though, bro. It's
like their feet is going to come to the fire, and they're going to have to make a choice. They're going to have to say either these men can play in that league or define what a woman is. Right? They're going to have to do it.
Exactly.
Hey George, I just shared something to you. This is the actual statute in their collective bargaining agreement, Article 13, player eligibility in the WNBA draft. It states only players who are women are eligible to play in the WNBA. It's a simple fix.
Yeah, but they don't know what a woman is.
So here's the fix. Just take the word biological. It's one word, insert it right between R and women.
Yep.
Only players who are biological women are eligible to play in the NBA. Case closed. We can get out of here now. We can 100%. Actually have a league again.
100%. I agree with you. But they don't want to answer these questions. Constantine Kissin on trigonometry had the same discussion this week because August 5th, 2026, a few days ago, the law of equal human rights, whatever, the law in the UK went into effect in London, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, about the shared same-sex spaces. You know, women go to women,
and the NHS has ignored it.
I know, but listen to how they try to fight Constantine's logic. It's this is a
horrible woman, by the way. I agree listened to her many times.
She's nuts, or he's not. I don't know.
She's a transgender kid.
Yeah, I know. She's. I don't know if it's a he, she. I don't know.
No, sorry, I'm genuinely confused. I thought you can't change your sex.
When you say you can't change your sex, what do you mean? I mean, the Equality Act it lists.
I just mean biologically. You're a doctor. I'm just asking a medical question.
Well, I'm just trying to clear up because you're confused. I'm trying to clear up.
Yeah. Help me.
Are you saying you can't change your chromosomes, or are you saying you can't change your body anatomy, or Are you changing sex?
Well,
What are you saying?
it's actually, I think, gametes is my understanding of the biology of it, but you definitely can't change your chromosomes, right?
You definitely can't change
Right.
chromosomes. No.
So then you would be still male. Legally, you can get a document saying you're a woman, but you're not female.
But your gender identity is not dictated by your chromosomes or your gametes or your body shape.
Or gender identity, no, but male and female are biological categories, right?
Do you mean, so you mean biological?
That's why I said sex, right? Yeah. So that's why I asked you, can you change sex? And you said no. And then when I asked you if a trans woman is female or male, you said they're
Let me
female.
explain.
Okay.
It's very difficult because the language is confusing, right? Okay,
No,
so
you
if we go
confuse
back
the
to
language.
It's not confusing.
There's nothing confusing about this.
No, not at all.
This is the way the world has worked for countless millennia. And now we're getting here and we can't define men and women.
I know.
We are cooked as a society if we keep going down
Well,
this
this
path,
is
man. We are
going to go down as the dumbest epoch of humanity.
Absolutely.
Oh, you think?
Now, instead of showing the rest of that, I just want to show everybody a 1982 skit from SNL, which kind of made fun of this but predicted it, so we can have a little laugh before we move on, because it's serious what we have to deal with. Except they played a game with it, Mark.
Yeah, man.
I mean, we were talking about dark comedy earlier. This is pretty great.
Not a lot of laughs.
Nope, not a lot of laughs. It's important.
Well, especially now
Somebody
because
brought
we're
this-
living this nightmare, man.
Right?
Yeah,
it's
somebody,
not funny
somebody
anymore.
brought up in the chat the I want to be a woman thing from Life of Brian was funnier than that.
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of back in the day, back in the early 90s when Office Space came out, right? Hilarious movie. Love it. One of my favorites. I didn't like it at the time because I was living it. I was working at one of those kind of offices with the dull lights, and I had those bosses and stupid corporate shit. So at the time, Office Space wasn't funny because it was my life, right? But afterwards, you know, it's hilarious, right? So I think when you're removed from it, it gets more funny.
That's how I felt about the bear.
Oh, you worked. You like the series? You worked in the service?
Yeah, I worked those 9-10 hour shifts that are in the bear, and yeah, they sucked.
I liked that show the first 2 seasons. I haven't seen anything after that. But
It's
now
not the same, but it's fine.
Everyone needs to be in the service business for a period of time.
I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. I was a bartender for like 20 years and then a server for like 5.
Waiter, busboy, gas.
Yeah, I was a
jockey.
busboy.
Hey, you forgot Pizza Boy.
I was not a pizza boy.
That was some of the.
I made
other films
I
he
made
was
wood
in.
fire
Don't worry.
pizzas.
That was my other
What-
job.
You what
That was
you
the other
did?
job,
What
yeah.
you actually flipped the pizzas?
Oh yeah, I taught myself how to do that. It was fun.
Cool. That is awesome. I used to go as a kid to this place called Antonio's Pizza. I always remember, as my grandfather was a friend of the owner. They'd flip the pizzas, but they'd flip them to each other. They'd toss them across the back of the kitchen. I don't know how they did it, but it was fun to watch those guys.
A lot of
do it.
practice. That's all.
Yeah.
We were a full service gas station way before there was any kind of self serve, and gas was, I think, 64 cents a gallon.
Wow.
And people would freak when it went up to 65. We would get nothing but grief. But in the summertime, when it was like unbelievably hot, and it was of a time when you checked the oil every single time you got your gas.
I did.
The cars burned oil, and so we would get. I did this one thing. It's very rude, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. So a guy would come in with a giant Cadillac or Lincoln, like a 20-foot behemoth, and the air conditioning would be going on the inside. It'd be really super loud, and I would go to the front, point to the hood, and then I'd go, "Do you want to suck my cock?" And the guy in the car would like nod his head, and the other guys would be waiting for me to do that, and they'd be like killing themselves laughing because they thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And then one time, one of our stupider gas jockeys wanted to do my shtick, but he didn't check to see whether the window was rolled down on the.
Oh no!
So the guy went to whatever the giant car was, and he went to the front. And he said the most rudest thing in the world, and the guy got out of the car, beat the living shit out of him.
Wow,
that's fun. I worked
check to see whether the window is down.
I did the full service lane from 15 to 17 until I became manager at an Exxon station. It's owned by Greeks. Of course, Greeks back then owned all the gas stations here. Now it's Iranian.
Christopher Nolan's gonna recast the entire gas station.
It's funny because the youngins have no idea what you're even talking about, man. With full service, like
they don't. Come on.
We remember
if they live in New Jersey. If they live in New Jersey,
they don't know what full service is.
But what's funny is the
no, that's not true. My grandpa and uncle ran those kind of places.
Really? I
They were
thought
the
it was
last
fun.
one. They were the last ones of them, but
It was great. I can tell you what, though, the mechanic, it was like it came out of a movie. This Greek mechanic got offered more ash than anybody I'd seen. These women would be like, he's like, your bill's $2,000. I used to tell, are you inflating this shit purposely? He's like,
He had a plan, man. Hey, they have to pay it off somehow, right?
Like, what the hell are you doing?
I mean, that's actually part of the problem of losing all these really, minor, let's call them minor jobs. That was a great introduction for people. Like
life.
Gas jockey was just a fine, horrible job for a teenager.
Hey, I made every week. I made, what was it back then? $210 a week, working every day, 5 hours after school.
Dude, I think and me and Chris Gore talked about this a lot. We're talking about how I think every high school kid should have a job, man.
Hell yeah.
Like some kind of, especially in the service industry, because what that does is not only teach them how to, manage money, all that shit, but it teaches them how to basically talk to people, right? I mean, if you work in service, you have to know how to talk. You have to know how to communicate. And I think, that should just be almost mandatory.
You especially if you're a server, your tips were really, really important.
Yeah. Oh,
We
yeah.
got tips.
The only time
Personally, I think they should just leave high school and just get a job, because high school is not doing what
They
it's
don't need
supposed
to go directly to
anymore.
college. No, college isn't either.
Oh,
No, I'm just saying they're not even
I
getting
told
what they're
my
supposed to out of it.
One at a time.
I told
one
my
at a time.
kids, all of them, to take a year. They didn't all do it, but I told them take a year off, away from school, and before you go to college, and get a job and just live normal life and just handle like a normal thing before you go back into the school system. And one of my sons did. He never really went back to school, and he's doing actually really well for himself. So it can
99% of jobs do not require college degrees.
But also, I mean, and it's sad that, we're not really kind of, instilling this in kids right now. But dude, honestly, plumbers and electricians make a lot of money.
Oh, thank
They
God.
make big money, dude. And I'm just saying, learning a trade, not every kid is built for college. Not every kid is built for a 4-year university.
This is why I love my co-hosts and my panel. It's like we got this like simpatico thing. You said that, Verbal, and I had this load up. Mike Rowe was laying out some of the problems in our society a few days ago to Bill Maher, and he was just talking about electricians. He said in one of the Ford plants, there are 5,000 unfilled mechanics jobs. Starting salaries $120,000 a year, and you can go up to $185,000. They can't find any mechanics.
But I'll tell you why. After you play this, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Well, there's 7 million men, able-bodied men, mostly young, who are what they call NILF. NILF is not
the labor force.
in the labor force. This is different than unemployed.
I never heard of that before.
Means you're looking, but you can't find a job. This is not looking.
The guy who should
Not
be
looking.
The guy who should be sitting here to have that conversation with you is called Nick Eberstadt, and he wrote a book called Men Without Work. He published it in 2005 originally, and then again during the pandemic, because everything he predicted happened. That exact number right now, it's like 6,990,000 able-bodied men, not only not working, not looking. That's never happened in our country, not in peacetime.
Why aren't they looking? I think it's because the porn is too good.
The porn is excellent.
It takes away the motivation. You have to be motivated. You have to, I got to get a job to get a girl.
Yeah.
Now, they don't want a girl because they sit home and
take matters into their own hands.
They do.
Just one hand.
Come on. I mean, come on.
You blew a joke there.
Nick would say the question doesn't start with what are they doing? It starts with what aren't they doing? They're not volunteering at their local church. They're not in the Kiwanis Club. They're not checking out the Rotarians or the Lions Club. They're not in the Boy Scouts or Skills USA. They're not contributing anything in their community. What are they doing? On average, they're spending between 2,000 and 2,100 hours a year on their screen. It is.
I feel attacked right now.
We just haven't seen the like of it before. How are they able to survive? I can't paint with two broad.
After I'm going to show you one more real quick, Paul, before you play it, because it's 30 seconds. It was the one where he talks about the electrician, because I had picked the wrong one. Hold on. Because he goes into more detail.
I was just going to say, as we sit here staring at our screens, listening to
but we're providing a valuable service.
Yes,
making
that's
the
right.
home
Valuable
away.
service.
But Micro is amazing, and because he's got scholarships that help people.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yes.
No, Texas. A couple months ago, got a tour of a data center. Been talking about them for a while, but I hadn't really seen one up close. Oh my God. I mean, amazing. Kind of terrifying, but also kind of awesome. Enormous. I ran into 3 electricians, all under 30, all making north of 240 grand a year, all debt free. Now, here's the craziest part. All 3 had been poached 3 times in the prior 18 months. Now, does that mean that's going on in Sacramento and Phoenix and Tallahassee and Bangor? I don't know, but it's going on in Plano, and it's happening in different areas. The shortages are so acute that the companies don't have time to train. They have to poach. And so great news for an electrician, but it's a little weird for the economy overall.
Anyway, it's just fascinating. Now, what were you going to say, Paul? You know why this is happening?
Yes. Yes. So we know about this intimately, partially because my son is an auto mechanic. So in the United States, to become a Ford tech, you're into like $75,000 in school. Then you've got $40,000, $10 to $40,000 worth of tools to buy. You are flat rated at Ford in almost every single manufacturer's dealership. Flat rate is slavery. It is the absolute most horrible way to pay someone. I won't get into the details of it. So you're beaten to death physically doing the flat rating if you're making money. The other thing too is it's gotten to the point Fords are one of the most difficult cars to fix right now.
Really?
Mechanics hate working on Fords. So the flat rate, and this is where flat rate comes in, you get, there's a book rate, and if you make it under that book rate, you're going to make money. If you spend more time, you're not going to make any money. Ford registers those book rates unnaturally low.
Mm-hmm.
So no one is making money flat rating on Ford cars. So they're just like going, okay, buy. That's why they can't fill those jobs.
Yeah, but Roe is going that all over the country. He goes, he's got AC guys who are making 300 grand a year. He's like, he's like, not everybody needs college. He's like, go be a mechanic, go be an electrician, go be a plumber, go be
HVAC, baby.
When the mechanic who loved cars leaves school and realizes they're being treated like crap, the first thing they do if they leave the work is to become HVAC, and they're making tons of money. My son has been asked by many HVAC companies to quit what he's doing, but he loves it too much, and he's actually got a good independent shop. So, and he gets to fix his cars there. So, but there's very few places like this shop that treat.
But I do feel like there needs to be more of an emphasis in high school, right? Junior high school, to figure out what these kids are good at, right? Look, there are some kids who are built for academia, right? They are built for the 4-year university, grad school. They're built for it. A lot of kids aren't, man, and you got to figure out what they're decent at to kind of guide them in the right place. And I feel like there's not enough of pushing these kids towards trades, or just something other than the 4-year.
Well, they used to have counselors who would guide them and would work with them, or shop, or
we used to have shop class, right? Yeah. Everybody had to take shop class, take wood shop,
because basically what happens is, they're not going to succeed. Number one, when they're in these schools. Secondly, they're racking up debt for something they're never going to use, right?
Yeah.
So you're already putting them kind of behind the plate, and let's be really honest, just even on a social scale. For me, and maybe I'm alone in thinking this, but I just feel like universities are a breeding ground for monsters, man.
Of course they
it's
are.
Like
today.
you send your level-headed kids to school, they come back fucked up, pink
hair,
mohawk,
blue hair,
septum rings, all kind of crazy shit, man. It's like it's a setup for failure to me.
It is, because it's a
But
Marxist.
But the problem is, and this is what my son is still dealing with, there aren't a lot of babes in trade school.
Hey,
look, here's the other half of that.
I'm just telling you.
George, I shared this. If you just want to throw that up, the stay-at-home boyfriend and husbands are on the rise as women overtake men in U.S. payroll jobs. So you think about the downstream effects of more women working than men. Men are sitting at home, boyfriends, the husbands are at home. Like, what are you doing all day? Are you online? Are you jacking off? Are you playing video games?
All of the
not being
above.
productive. Not being productive. And
That sounds like
just
a hell of a
look-
productive day. What are you talking about?
Not all of us, right?
Sign
But
me
a lot
up
of
right now.
But think about what that does to your society when men are the women are the breadwinners.
That's
Think about what
wrong.
that does to your culture and to your community and to your society when the men are the ones sitting at home, taking care of home, and maybe picking up the kids and running them to daycare and doing the shopping. The jobs that women used to do, and I'm not saying that the woman can't do this or a man can't do that because it's going to come off as misogynist. You can do whatever you're doing, but just notice how society is moving right now. Just think about how the world is moving, how men are more pussified than ever.
Well,
and then
look
you
at
start
it.
seeing a stat like that, and it's like, yeah, it makes sense.
Well, there's a study that came out. There's several that in 1950s, an average father, family, one man could hold one job, buy his house, have a wife, 3 kids, and send them to school. They're saying as soon as women entered the workforce in the 70s, that extra paycheck did not help. Banks and financing industries are like, okay, now you have 2 salaries. So they started raising the price of homes. It's like they're seeing it didn't help to have 2 people making money. It should be, because you'd be like, well, okay, if one can support everybody, then the other one can really lift us up, build some wealth.
Yeah.
No,
but
it's
that allowed them to lower salaries as well.
Correct. And then raise prices for homes. Anyway, it's all insane. I think it was good worth talking about. Let's have a little palate cleanser before we move on to a couple of Hollywood topics. Here is Daily Wire's latest trailer for their run, hide, fight with Jonathan Majors. I thought his career was over, so I guess he got hired.
Your country is beneath contempt.
We who love and serve Allah fought back against the Americans and the Zionists from the scourge of secularism and the lands of unbelief.
It's Harvard.
Anyone gonna listen to Captain Saunders tomorrow? The retired Delta Force soldier with a new book out.
He's the polar opposite of those brain-dead protesters.
Given the current climate, should Clay Saunders even be allowed on campus?
Mr. Saunders is a close personal friend of Chancellor Friedman. This is a decision I cannot flounder.
There are 3 ways Islam will conquer the West. Through immigration, through the wombs of our women, and by using our nation's freedoms against us. Are you paying attention?
Listen carefully. The great Satan America will fall. You are infidels. The bodies of women are not pure and the men's souls are unclean.
What makes them so dangerous? Their goals are not in this life, but the next.
Hey, what?
I got friends here. I can't just leave.
Listen to me! Illallah. We cannot run or hide from what is coming. We have to fight.
I will be rewarded 10,000 times in the next life. When you die,
You're nothing.
Only one way to find out.
That's the American way.
Interesting? No?
Looked
Very
better than I
interesting.
thought it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does.
This
I
is
just look forward to Ben
Vigilante
Shapiro's
2.
videos on it.
It is, but I was surprised that Jonathan Majors, I haven't seen him in a while.
But that's why he's in it.
No, I know, but I thought he was iced after Marvel got rid of him.
Yeah, so not to the Daily Wire.
No, but wasn't he proven innocent in the end? Or did I miss something?
Doesn't matter. He's out of jail. He can do what he wants.
Gotcha.
Doesn't matter.
And here's one more. This is coming from Tokyo.
So what is everyone's thoughts on this?
I mean,
It looks all right.
it kind of
Good
looked
point.
like
Citizen Vigilante?
Yeah, it looked a little
Looked better than Citizen Vigilante, honestly.
okay. I
Well,
mean, it definitely has some generic action movie tropes going on, but then they have this premise that I'm honestly, the thing I'm more interested in is the discourse that's going to be around the movie.
Well, it's already started.
Well, I mean,
Islamic organizations have already started protesting it.
You protested online by
Yeah, they're flying monkeys are all over it.
Well, this has already had like bad production problems with all the injuries, and I think there were union issues going on at the same time because their main producer for Daily Wire is Dallas Sonier, who's a huge anti-union guy, and I mean, he's made good movies from it. Don't get me wrong, but you know, even the best of systems have their issues. I don't know, like it looks well shot. It seems like they got one or two decent actors. Like outside of Jonathan Majors, I recognize. If there are any fans of like the TV show Monk, I could have swore I saw like Randy, the chief's assistant. I'm pretty sure he was the college guy in the suit saying like, "I have no control over this," and I'm like, "Is that fucking Randy?"
Well, that's the thing. Like Daily Wire is one of the when they make a movie, they kind of have to pillage people who either in Jonathan Major's case needs this for whatever reason, you know, whether he's just not getting offered jobs, or someone who's been kind of out of the game for a while, you know, like that's why, you know, Jonathan Majors, they're trying to do the same thing they did what they did with Gina Carano. Okay, you were kicked out of this, so now let's get you into a movie as quickly as possible.
Well, that's another skill Dallas Sonier has as a producer, because he was a manager before he started making movies. He did the same thing with Mel Gibson for Dragged Across Concrete. I can't remember what that one Western was with Armie Hammer and William H. Macy, but that's how he got both of them in, because like William H. Macy, I think he appealed based off of the blowback they got from their daughter's college admissions scandal, where like he wasn't involved, but he got a little bit of career blowback. And according to him, Macy is like lowercase L liberal, where like he's not obsessive about all these things, and he's aware of like how bad cancel culture is. So
that's got to be a fun job, being the person at one of these smaller movie studios who sits around waiting for a controversy and being like, we got them. They're not going to get any jobs for anywhere else now. And that's kind of what it seems like is gonna. I wouldn't be shocked if you see more studios go that route, like small studios go that route eventually.
DA, what do you think about it?
I mean, you're starting to see this, I guess, citizen vigilante style storytellers, you know, because of the current political climate. I mean, it might be a good movie. I don't know if it's going to age well. You know, in the next 10 years, will people still think this is a good movie or even care about this movie? That's kind of how, you know, I'm starting to judge things. You know, how are people going to be looking on this when this current climate is over? But I mean, it looks like I said, it's well shot. Jonathan Majors, I think, is a, you know, pretty decent actor, so you'll probably get some good acting in it. But, you know, I just hope it doesn't feel like it's pure propaganda and it's actually just got a good story to it, because that's what I care about. I care about the story more so than
always.
That is one thing about Daily Wire. Like when they announced Run, Hide, Fight, Shut In, and Terror on the Prairie, the goal was like to make apolitical entertainment that anyone could enjoy. Like I only saw Hyperions and Terror on the Prairie, but based on those two, it seemed like they were doing a good job. And then Lady Ballers came out, and for basically the same reasons I hate watching Hollywood movies, just from the opposite angle, I gave up after 20 minutes because it's just like, I know you guys are trying to be like South Park satirical, but
it
one,
was just bad,
you're
yeah.
even less subtle. You're much cheaper. The acting is even worse, even from like the one or two professionals they got. It just sucked.
Yeah.
What about you? You're looking forward to seeing it, not seeing it past what? Earl?
Oh, me? No. Honestly, it doesn't
You don't
really
care?
Yeah, it's kind of like it looks fine. You know, it's not. It
You're
has
not your
no
cup of
interest for
tea.
me.
Okay, well here we have.
Only because I mean, it's.
Because I know you liked Majors, that's why.
I like Majors. I just feel like the subject matter for me is just kind of boring. To be honest with
Okay.
you, it's like, I mean, you know, I normally I like revenge movies. I like the citizen vigilante thing. You know, Love, Death, Wish back in the day with Charles
Hell
Bronson,
yeah.
those kind of things. But I don't know. Just something about this trailer just didn't really do much for me.
Okay, well that makes sense. And you, Paul?
I'm just enjoying the backlash.
Always. Well, here we have from Tokyo, The Bad Lieutenant.
Oh boy.
Cold-blooded psychopath.
That's it. What do y'all think?
I mean, Liv Morgan's pretty hot, so
really
You
good.
like Liv
I really
I'm
like
actually-
the Toyota Crown.
I'm actually making plans to go to the Toronto Film Festival next month. So, and that was already a potential priority on that list just because it's a Bad Lieutenant sequel. And I only know Takashi Miike by reputation, but it's a pretty fucked up reputation.
Oh, what about his reputation? You mean like personally or the films? The
No,
production?
just that it's some of the most violent, gory movies you'll ever see. Like between him and Kiyoshi Kurosawa, the guy who made Cure, like they've got balls. They've got the balls that we're missing in our studio system these days.
Well, good.
Full circle on that one.
I'm gonna.
yeah, no, the trailer looks really good. Honestly, I was a little skeptical at first because I mean, look, man, it's hard to beat the original Bad Lieutenant with Harvey Keitel. I mean, that was just
Of
a
course.
classic movie. I don't even count the Nicolas Cage version of that movie because it was ridiculous. And, I mean, look, I love Nicolas Cage, but
He had fun.
I know what you mean.
Nicolas Cage is like salt, man. You don't want too much of it in your food. You know what I mean? So, no, I was skeptical, but when I saw this trailer, I was like, oh, okay, this looks pretty damn good. So
Cool.
I will
Well, let
say,
me see. Yep.
I will say, I'm skeptical of Lily James as the lead, just because I don't know if she's ever done action before, so that'll be a little bit more convincing.
We'll see. We'll see. I want to take a look at it. I'm gonna take a few super chats and a couple more things.
I only watch Japanese movie with kaijus in it.
Well, we
I'm a
got one
Jew.
in October. Yeah,
Because I'm a Jew.
you're a kaiju.
I'm a kaiju.
Oh,
You leg of history. Remember for
Get
31
with
months.
the jokes. Oh my God.
Thanks for always being there. Be blessed. Be blessed, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Always good to see you. Always good. 21 Balak, a member for 29 months. Hell, George and the Chad. Hell back to you. Hell back to you. Detailed over for $2. Trans French phenom Julie Tart wants to play
Yes.
WNBA. I know.
Yeah, that's why I thought we were going to talk about that. That's
I just couldn't. I didn't have the stomach.
Well,
for it.
that's an automatic pass. I mean, by they get in, right?
Well, they're French first, so I didn't really know if that. Which is worse, trans, French?
Probably.
Hardly. Detailed over $2. College equals unmeritocracy built on sheepskin of lies. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, today's college is nothing but a recruitment cramp for the DSA. Detailed over for $2 again. Nephews Leard, Commie, California University, Gover, Econ of scale equals plenty. Nephews learned Commie at California University. Gotcha. Governor Econ. Yep, I agree. Super Mastermind for $5. You want out there? See the game trailer for Hatred. Oh, I haven't seen it. I have to check it out.
I think that's the if I recall correctly, if that's the old game, like it's basically just a guy going around killing everything possible.
Is it?
Yeah, let me see if that's what I'm thinking of.
I don't have that one. I do not have that one. And then we have Super Mastermind $5. Also, Fat Princess game trailer. Okay, I'm gonna check those out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm correct. Yeah, I had it. It was back from about 10 years ago. It was literally the most. It was just trying to be the edgiest game possible. It was I hate everything. I'm killing everything. I just hate everybody. Like it was.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Bulbasaur Brutal. There we go. For 20, is that
Swedish krona?
Yeah, Swedish krona. Thank you for that, Dark Hour. Just saw 80 minutes of Odyssey, worst I've ever seen. Thank you. God bless you. I love you. You're right here in my heart. I understand it because fucking Christopher Nolan, cocksucker. Detailed over for $2. All right, Jeff. Terrorist attack too soon. Had easier path. Okay, I can see that. Spider-Man's been out now. What's it up to? 1.6 billion, 1.16?
Yeah, 1.6.
1.6? Yeah, it's probably going to hit 2 billion. Except there are some people who are not happy with Spider-Man. BMW owners. I don't know if anybody heard this the other day. I love you too, Broken Cow. BMW owners are now starting to get advertisements on their screens when they first turn on their cars. And in the last 5 days, it's been all Spider-Man, and they're furious.
What is this? Surprise, Spider-Man just dropped into your Beamer. Oh. Is that a joke? Yo, that's crazy. What happens if I scan that QR code? Nice, I scan the QR code and I can build the BMW iX3, the hero for a new era. Spider-Man, brand new day. I thought it was gonna give me like tickets or something.
That's your typical BMW owner right there. I thought just because I have this car, I was gonna get this ticket.
Right, but I found BMW owners who are pissed because they can't access their screen when they turn on the car until
they got to wait for that whole thing to finish playing before they can.
Oh yeah, that would piss me off. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Now you got to watch this whole damn thing. Plus,
it's not running while the car is driving.
Nope, it is not. And you know how much I love SS Rajamouli. After I discovered him with RRR, I went back through his whole catalog, Bahubali, and then Iga. Well, he just announced this morning. Where'd you go, you little bastard? He just announced this morning that his new epic, Varanasi, is being shot entirely on IMAX following the Odyssey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's going to be 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours in IMAX. I hear myself echoing back. It's like something's open. Do you hear that?
No, I'm hearing echo.
Feedback earlier from
Sounds
some
good
other
to me.
people too. I think it might just be a StreamYard thing today.
Okay. Anyway, where is the other thing? And then we're out of here. Rings, I already talked to y'all about Rings of Pandering. Oh, no, I didn't. Rings of Power. Simon Pegg is going to be playing the Balrog, so he will be officially known as Pegrog. We also have Vecna will be playing the cucked version of Celeborn, who is Galadriel's husband. And they decided to include the Nazgûl, which are the prototypes of the Nazgûl. For any Tolkien fans out there, that means that's all full of shit. They're not real. And they're dropping the whole season off in 1 month.
Who was watching this show? Like, wow.
Nobody. Come on. Nobody's watching the series.
They're dropping it all at once, the whole.
No, November 11th, they drop half the season. 2 weeks later, they drop 2 episodes. And then November 25th, they drop the finale. They don't want it to, I mean, it shows you how terrified they are. They do not want to spend the next 2 to 3 months like they've done previous seasons, having YouTubers and reviewers look at the ratings week after week after week after week after week and just tear it apart. So they're like, fuck that. We're dropping half of it 1 week, and then 2 weeks later we'll be done. That's pretty much it. Because season 1 saw, by the end, everybody who saw the premiere, only 37% remained for the finale. By the end of season 2, half of that audience was gone. For the beginning, by the end, half of that half was gone. So I don't know who the hell is watching.
Nobody's watching this. YouTubers. That's probably
I mean,
I find it funny that they think that's going to stop YouTubers from making fun of it. Oh, this is the anti-YouTube strategy right here.
I guess it is. Think about it, because they're like, someone was making a comment on it at Forbes, Arab Kane, and he's like, there won't be time for YouTubers to dissect every episode.
Wrong.
You underestimate artism.
Big time. I was about to say.
I was like, I built a third of my channel.
Bro, Gary will eat off this for like the next year. Are you kidding me?
I built a third of my channel originally on Rings of Power. I will be taking.
It's becoming more. They're definitely trying a lot of these strategies more and more to stop this from happening, but it doesn't work because it's. The audience will still be there to watch the making fun of it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's the same way. I think that's another thing that bothers me about the Odyssey. Before the Odyssey, you didn't see Ellen Page anywhere in any interviews. Ever since it was released, she's doing like 2-3 interviews a day.
She's everywhere. Yeah.
Every day. I'm like, huh?
I said, George, tell us how you really feel about the Odyssey, please. It's just...
I hate it. I know. I will say I've never been so proud of watching an interviewer like Zhang Zhu, who I showed y'all pieces of that last week. Her interview, if you haven't taken a look at it, go watch it again. It's something of it's a thing of beauty. She dismantles Nolan with this calm poise and courtesy.
What I don't understand about Ellen Page or Elliot or whatever the fuck his or her name is,
I don't know.
What I don't get is you spent all this time building a career as an actress, right?
Yep.
As a he-dow, it's not the same guy or person, and it's not the same acting ability. So you're kind of starting from ground zero with this, right? Because you can't act the way you did as an actress as you could as an actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even the roles are just different. So, like, what kind of roles really does this person have in their future, right? They're never going to play the romantic lead, except in some weird, like, gay alternative, indie film, probably, but they'll never play the romantic lead. They'll never play the masculine lead in an action film. They'll never play.
Not unless you ask Christopher Nolan.
Well, Nolan's full of shit, but no real direct look. no real director is really going to look at Ellen Page and say, "Yeah, I want that to be my next leading man." Right?
Yeah.
So I don't understand their whole situation, man. Like where they stand in Hollywood. This was a dumb decision, if we're being honest with you.
Of course.
And people, are like, oh, it's not a decision. No, it's a fucking decision. She made a decision to cut her tits off and be weird. So
didn't that girl from Game of Thrones who was in the other HBO show, which I didn't never watch, the video game show with Pedro Pascal?
The last.
I don't think Bella Ramsey did, but
Bella Ramsey.
I will say.
Bella Ramsey just said that she's non-binary.
She's non-binary. She's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like to Dante's point, you don't go out there and do surgery and cut your body all up, and because a lot of this stuff is all in the brain. It's all up here. So yeah, I don't know. I think she's just going to be an activist from now on. A trans rights activist. That's it. That's her future. It's not. It's not an
and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say years ago, it used to be when you transitioned, they would tell you to take a name like because you would go through a lot of psychological preparation to go from man to woman, woman to man. This is obviously it's not a new thing. This has been done for a while now.
Oh yeah.
But there used to be a lot of psychological preparation. They would go through therapy and make sure that they wouldn't approve you to it. It was like, yeah, this person's mentally fit to do this. And
that's illegal by the way in Canada, by the way.
That's what?
That is illegal. If someone comes into your office and you're a psychologist, psychiatrist, and they say they're trans, you cannot go, well, let's just talk this through. You will be arrested.
You have to confirm it right there on the spot?
Yes, you can't. You're not allowed to go.
I wouldn't be shocked if that's how they do it here now, too. But
that's insane. You're a doctor. You know better.
You're not allowed to do it anymore.
But here's the thing,
and this is you're not allowed to do that. You cannot even hint at some. Maybe can I hit you over the head with this mallet?
How about a rubber room?
But what I was going to say specifically was, it used to be that
sorry to interrupt.
They would basically tell you, do not take a name. You're like when you get dead named, don't take a name that's extremely close to your current name. So if your name is Alexander, don't become Alexandra. And now that's one of the reasons why, when I see Elliot Ellen, I'm like, that process doesn't exist anymore. It's very much streamlined and just go as quickly as possible.
Ms.
I mean, it was just a dumb decision. I feel like for career wise, I think. And if I'm being really honest too, and I've had this conversation with other people, I don't even believe that she's really trans. If I'm being honest, I think she probably got abused in the Hollywood system. She probably hates herself or how she felt as a woman, and she picked up this trans identity, but. I don't even think she's.
Hey, Shaggy transed his daughter or son or something.
Oh my God! Yes, you saw that. Talking about the new Carrie series. Bless you, Paul. Yeah, I had forgotten to mention it. Yeah, Shaggy, Matthew
Lilith or whatever.
Lillard. And Greek Lily is Dick. So I was like, almost. Anyway, so yeah, he was talking about the new Carrie series and how it's so important for his child to be able to see it because it has a trans message.
Dude, I don't get these parents, man. I understand the guilt trip that they get, and I understand that these doctors are basically putting a gun to their head saying, do you want a dead son or a living daughter and all that kind of weird shit, right? But where are the men in this situation? Where are the fathers, dude?
No idea.
Like the real fathers. I feel like
they're stay-at-home dads and they're stay-at-home boyfriends, and that's why I put that up there. We're getting sissified and pussified in this damn country. That's what my point is.
That's why
where they are. That's where the dads are. They're at home knitting and doing other dumb shit instead of actually being out there fixing cars and handling the business of the world.
Tyler Durden once had a quote that sums this up. It's a generation raised by women.
Yes,
generation of men raised by women.
There are great moms who raise strong men. But I'll say this one last time, and Dark Guy knows exactly what I'm going to say. This is why the Odyssey is more dangerous. We got a fucking cucked, guilt-ridden, not Odysseus, Massachusetts Matt, being a pathetic man instead of representing greatness and glory and a guy who used his brain to beat the Trojans. You get a guy who's like, oh, I'm so sad.
I haven't seen the movie, but please tell me he asked one of the Cyclops, how's he like them apples?
Yeah. The only thing he didn't do was suck the Cyclops off. But anyway.
Well, yeah, he would have worn ribbed at least.
And the last thing is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. When he was asked about Moana this week, being a flop, he had an answer. He told People Magazine, simply, if you love it, great. If you don't, no problem. Says Johnson, the new Moana. What really mattered, he continued, was the culture really stood up. Moana's Polynesian-inspired world, rendered with culturally authentic details in the live-action version, is why the movie was made. So it was made for representation. They didn't care if they made any money.
Or how about the fact that just a year ago, Moana 2 came out already, and the animated. Like, why would you do that back to back? Why would you put out back to back films, right? I mean, yeah, one's animated, one's live action, but the story is still the fucking same. How stupid was that of Disney?
So, well,
right?
the reason I think the only reason why they even did it was because they wanted to do it while The Rock was still young enough to kind of do it, and because they didn't want to have to go down the line. And obviously he's the voice of the character,
right.
So he was still in the age range that they wanted. If they did the thing where they
then postpone Moana 2, right?
I get what you're saying.
That's
Putting them back to back is like, why am I going to watch the same movie twice?
But why did
they do that on purpose though? Because it was supposed to be Moana 2 wasn't even supposed to be a movie. It was supposed to be a mini series, and I can't remember why.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But I think in order to shove in The Rock more and potentially make more off of merchandise, I think they just came up with more of a story off the fly, Frozen 2 style, really, and just made it into a movie. And that's the thing. It really was Frozen 2, where they just basically winged it as they were writing it.
Gotcha. But why would The Rock, who I haven't seen him jump into the political culture war a lot. He's like, he made that statement. It's pretty much about representation. That's why he made the movie. Yeah, it flopped, but that's not why we made it for money.
Kind of recently called out for not came out. Like he said that in interviews that he felt represented by his culture when the original came out, but like he kept it to a minimum. He still kept his focus on the character of Maui.
Yeah, he was recently called out for not being political enough, though. That's probably where this is stemming from.
Yeah, and
I can find the exact article if you want.
And good for him, because he said he's not talking politics anymore. And you know what? I respect it.
All right, here's the last trailer, and then we're out of here. Lanterns. Anybody looking forward to Lanterns?
No.
Based on the last trailer?
The last trailer was pretty good.
Yeah,
well, I haven't seen it yet. This is it. I haven't seen it yet. That was cool. I haven't seen that. I only saw
yeah.
It's a much better trailer. You know what?
Wow.
It's the trailer they should have started with. If I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
All this trying to avert expectations. Like they look, unless you're really good at that kind of stuff, don't try it. Just give us the meat and potatoes here, man. Just give us that trailer, and everything would have been fine.
Yeah, it's this keeping stuff back like it's a black box is getting very frustrating. It's the same thing I had with Superman. Let us see some heroic stuff at the very beginning, just like 10 minutes of saving cats or something. God damn it. Then, get me in. I mean, it's, oh no, we're going to keep it back. Oh, he's injured. What happened? Well, we all kind of know who Superman is, but it'll give us some candy at the beginning. Like, enough.
Yeah. You remember The Greatest American Hero, Paul?
Yes, love it.
Oh,
Loved
of course. It. That was an
a
awesome
really good show.
I have a lot of problems with the trailer. I just want to say.
Look.
It's better than the first one.
I have problems with it too, man. I especially don't like how they're portraying Jon Stewart in this for me. They're making him like, I don't know, like some spoiled, entitled asshole.
So he actually early on when they that may actually be a little bit more accurate than most people realize. A lot of people associate Jon Stewart with the Justice League cartoon version. When he first showed up in the comics, he was way more like civil rights activist styling. So there might have it may actually be more accurate to that. Here's a huge problem I have. I don't think the writers who are writing this know anything about Green Lantern, because they're showing Martian like a power like Martian Manhunter. Anybody who watched Justice League knows that it's a shapeshifter. The problem is that the Manhunters
they're like
in
a race
Green
of robots,
Lantern
right?
lore are not Martian Manhunters. They are robots that the Guardians of Oa created before the Green Lanterns. They have nothing to do with Martian Manhunter. So I don't know if these writers they may have saw the concept of Manhunter and went, Martian Manhunter. Yeah, well, just that's got to be what that is, and that's where I'm I'm scared.
Yeah, basically the Manhunters are not Martians. They're just robots. So
does anybody know
if
it's true what Tekka Man Blade said? on the screen.
I'm trying
Jordan?
to avoid as many of these spoiler reads as I can. That way, it's a more pure reaction when I do watch
I
it.
think these are all assumptions that Hal Jordan's going to die. We don't know for sure, but here's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they kill him off.
And why isn't it
early
colorful?
on.
I like Lantern, but I don't know enough about the lore and the history. But the few comics that I have, the costume is colorful. This is all very muted again. That fucking dark Gotham crap.
Well, and also the weird thing too is with the ring, man. Like the ring doesn't work like that. Like
No, he can't.
Hal Jordan
I
can't
never-
just give him the ring. Like the
No.
ring has to choose you.
Correct.
So
We'll
like
see
I
how
don't,
they
I don't know what
handle
they're
it.
doing.
Has a ring
So-
ever chosen two people? I've never.
No.
So
at the same
technically, the
time-
Guardians of Oa can also choose them and just kind of hand the ring to somebody. That's kind of how Kyle Rayner got his. They were just like, "Here you go."
Wait, but can it serve two people at the same time? Because I've never in the
There's
lore that I know-
there's thousands of rings. They can make more whenever they choose. It's not there's not a finite number of rings they could.
No, I get that, but Verbal is right. I've never, and again, I've probably read 30 Lantern books. That's about it. But I've never in any of those ever seen. It's like, okay, pull off my ring and hand it to you.
You
now
can
you
hand it to
try
somebody else. Yeah,
I
that's what's
thought
weird about it.
it's bonded.
Technically,
to
you
one
can
person.
use other people's rings. It is possible.
Oh, okay. So okay.
You can actually even use other rings of other Lantern cores. There was one storyline where all four of the primary Lanterns lost their rings and all went with different cores for that particular.
I
run.
remember that storyline. Yeah,
Yeah, it was during the not the Black Knight. I think it was during the Sinestro Forward. I can't
Yeah.
recall off the top of my head. all
Can
the
you
time.
wear a ring from each core, like the black ring?
Yes,
ring?
yes, you can.
I think
You
there's
can
there's a
actually.
consequence though to
So
wearing
each one has its
Yeah.
own, well, if you can master all the rings, you're basically
God.
Yeah, God. But some of them
Thanos.
you can't go back. So the red lantern is basically binds to your soul, the anger of your soul, and all that, the rage of your soul. The orange one, it eats you from the inside with greed. So there's negative consequences for certain ones. But
I think these rings are all made up.
they are, yeah.
They
It's
sound
all
very
fucking
fake.
fiction.
You're
Come
wrong,
on.
Paul.
can I
They're
say-
real. These are real.
Can I
Sunset.
say one positive thing about this?
Yes.
The Lantern Oath always bugged me, even as a kid.
Why?
It always felt stupid.
Oh, I like
sorry.
the lantern. I love the lantern. Oath.
The delivery of the oath is the best I have ever heard it.
Oh, better than the
It did
Ryan.
not make it feel stupid.
Yeah.
I love it.
I agree with that, but that's because Kyle Chandler's just a good actor, though.
Yeah. And he put the long pauses in. It was
It did. I think it was great. I think, yeah, I agree
that
with
to
you.
me,
in the
that
Pope.
to me sold it. Just that one thing, the fact that he made that stupid oath, like really good.
Well,
I mean, look, I'm going to give this show a shot. I
am.
And I'm going in with an open mind. Even though, again, I think it has a lot of things going against it. But I will say that final trailer, it was better than anything that they've shown us, and I wish they just would have started with that to begin with. I think there'd be a lot more excitement for this show if they started with that trailer.
Maybe they didn't have the pieces for it ready.
They
Then don't release it.
they didn't do themselves any favors.
Yeah,
by-
don't release it. We're in a different time now. I think releasing stuff.
I agree
early-
with you. Don't release a buggy
Right.
trailer.
Tyler, what did you think of the trailer? Did it
It
tease you,
definitely
hook
was
you?
an improvement on what I've seen. I will say, I don't know if I really dig the No Country for Old Men style that they're going with on this.
I can see
Seriously,
that.
No
I
Country
agree.
for Old Men was more colorful than this was.
It
like,
is.
That
It's-
had more hints of yellow, which last I checked, yellow was like an enemy of Green Lantern or some
Yep.
crap like
Yes.
that. I'm not entirely sure. But that would at least serve the story a hell of a lot better. And that speaks more to just that movies these days are just
dark.
desaturated and underlit as shit. And I really don't know why.
Zack Snyder is why. It's Zack Snyder.
No,
Oh.
I have another.
right.
I know
Christopher
for a
Nolan.
fact that they're trying to save money on lighting.
Him too.
It's Christopher Nolan. Ever since
believe that too.
no, it is. I mean, look at his film since
No, I believe you on that.
Yeah,
But it's sad because I like
Colin?
Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre as actors, and
yeah, me too.
they're really hit and miss in this trailer because like Chandler might be a little too stoic at points, and Pierre.
Well, because they're making Hal Jordan the old man of the show, and
Yeah.
it's like, so we're not getting Hal Jordan in his prime. We're getting him about to retire. You know.
All right.
Yeah.
Paul's got to get going, and we're wrapping up here in a second. Do you want to go now and do your outro, or you want to wait 2 minutes?
How much longer are you going to?
3 minutes. I'm going to read 2 super
I'll
chats
stay
and play a
here.
clip. Okay.
I'll stay here.
Really
wait
quickly
for
though,
something.
I do want to say that the actor playing Sinestro, he's a very good actor. So I'm a little excited to see what he can do.
Banshee
in that
is the
role.
last time I saw him. Banshee.
Yeah, he was
the guy.
great in Banshee.
Ooh, he
If you
was
guys have
good.
not watched Banshee,
That's
man,
where I
put that
know him
on your
from.
list.
Okay.
I'm
Mark
staying
Strong
here
in
for
the movie
another
was
2
good
minutes
at
because
it,
I
too.
actually want to hear something.
He was one of the only good things about that.
Krog Gaming for 20 Swedish krona. I'm Swedish. I am beyond offended by the Odyssey. Yasulevendi. God bless you. Thank you for that, Sharon. You touched and warmed my heart. Krog Gaming again for 50 Swedish krona. I was named after Lord of the Rings by my parents. Oh, see? Lord of the Rings.
He was named Galadriel.
Great. No. I thought the worst blasphemy of my life would be Rings of Power. I was wrong. And I'm right there with you, Nolan's Odyssey. I would like to meet the motherfucker one day. Pardon my language. Krog Gaming, another 50 Swedish krona. I bow my head. Oh, thank you. I bow my head to Georgia Giant Slayer. Found him due to Odyssey. Lately, I've gone to sleep many times, cozily hearing his poetry of justice against the fraudacy. Thank you very much. I'm honored. I'm honored. Krog Gaming for another 100 Swedish krona. Direct quotes from my Indian friend while we watched Odyssey. That's Helen? Are you kidding me? But this is pathetic. Face. I'd have to be blind like Cyclops to believe this movie. What the fuck is this? I said it when you had an Indian guy who turns around and talks to the one lone Greek actor Nolan hired, who actually speaks Greek, has to have the Greek translated so he can turn around to him and say, "We're Greeks from Ithaca." I'm like, yes.
Well, it would have helped if he hadn't have said, "We're detecting a Microsoft bug." See, then I would have been less concerned.
It was insane. It was insane. And I still think that Ellen Page was going to play Achilles. And I think they changed that, or he got scared because
You've got a virus on your computer.
Because the shade scene. Yeah.
No. I have no idea why Nolan hired Page. Like, what was in his mind? Like, I
only watched 2 interviews with him where he talked about it. He goes, I had to reunite with him. And I'm like, well,
I don't understand. Like, why would you go out of your way to cause that much controversy? For
I don't know.
I
don't know. It's crazy. And this is the last thing. I just thought it was fun because we finished with lanterns. It's just 30, 40 seconds. This guy I saw on Fletcher's X timeline, he redid the X-Men and a Brazilian. He redid the X-Men score with a Brazilian twist. I thought it was kind of cool.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Boom, cha, cha, boom, cha, cha. Boom, cha, cha, boom, cha, cha. Boom, cha, cha, boom, cha, cha. Boom, cha, cha, boom, cha, cha.
Fucking song still goes hard, man.
Anyway,
doesn't matter what you add to that song, it goes hard.
I'm missing the vuvuzelas.
I am.
That was South Africa.
He loved it. He loved it. He looked like he was enjoying it. All right, let's go around the horn. Verbal, what you got coming up this week that you want to share with everybody?
What is it this week? I should be hanging out with Nina Infinity on Wednesday. If not, then I will be going live on Thursday. So I'm doing one of the two. So
Are you going to do the drunk Thursday night?
Nah, well, maybe, but I mean, not purposely, but
never on purpose.
Paul, what you got coming up?
Well, I've published today a video on the potential hazard that the WNBA finds themselves in as the arbiters of what the meaning of W is, and I'm waiting for the verdict. This is going to be fun. So you can watch that video now on Call Me Chato.
Go watch him. And you got to put up next week. We're going to show everybody again your corpse video. I still watch that. I think it's hilarious. I love it. If you haven't seen it, go to Paul's channel.
Yeah.
DA, what you got coming up?
Oh man, what do I got? I got the DA's office tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be hanging out with Paulie from Latino Slant. He'll be joining us and just talking about all the stuff we talk about in Hollywood. And then, of course, daily videos, Tuesday and Thursday night caps, anime nights on Friday. Thank you, George.
Oh,
Always a
thank
pleasure,
you.
sir.
Thank you, my friend. Dark Hour, what you got coming up? Thank you again for joining us.
Oh, of course. In the process of writing the Spider-Man video, which every single time I get about 5 minutes further into the movie, there's another page added. So there's gonna be a lot of trimming down. It's not gonna be a review, it's gonna be an analysis video. Then looking forward to tearing apart Lanterns when that comes out, because I have a feeling that that trailer is all of the best that they had to offer.
That's sad. Now I'm sad. Okay. Thank you. Tyler, it is great that you joined us. Please tell everybody where they could find you so everyone can go subscribe and what you got coming up.
Well, my channel name is just my name in general, Tyler Wolf, 2 Fs. And this weekend, I'll have 2 reviews up. One is whatever Monday mystery I have tomorrow. I suspect it'll be End of Oak Street. And if it is, that'll at least be interesting. And Saturday, my buddy Josh and I will have a long analysis of The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover, which
I haven't seen it.
now that's a fucking movie.
Hell yeah. Helen Mirren. And
Michael Gambon being one of the best villains of all time.
Oh, yeah. He was brilliant. Remember? Oh, God. I haven't seen that
2
movie in years.
Fs. That means you're German.
Yeah. Michael Gambon. I miss him. He was a brilliant actor. Krog Gaming.
Helen Mirren is the only gift the Soviet Union ever gave us.
Yeah.
She's
Have you ever seen her in Caligula?
Oh yeah,
I've seen her
Was it
naked.
I Claudius. You mean I Claudius?
Oh my!
No, I thought it was Caligula.
No, she was
she's
in Caligula.
Claudius.
Yeah, she was in
You
Caligula.
sure?
Yeah, yeah.
I saw her in I Claudius, and
I
she
thought
was
she
like
was in
half
Caligula.
naked all the time.
She
Oh,
could
wow.
have been in I Claudius, but I remember she was in Caligula
I
with.
never watched Caligula, so I don't know.
Oh shit, she was in Caligula.
Yeah, yeah.
She was in Excalibur too.
Yes, she was. She played Arthur's sister.
Was
Was she naked in that one too? 'Cause
No,
she was stunning in I Claudius.
She's topless, I believe, at some point.
yeah, she did that a lot for a long time.
She had the nightie on or whatever. Crowd Gaming for 50 Swedish Corona. Hey, Nolan. You are my brother now. Thank you. Borrowed Viking ship from Norway. Damages it. Refuses to pay the repair costs. I curse Nolan forever to the end of my days.
That's because it was an enterprise rental.
I love Paul.
I'm going to be here till Thursday. Enjoy the roast beef.
And every Greek was humiliated by the Prime Minister of Greece licking Nolan's ass via Facebook.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, I leave you with this, gentlemen, just to remember what we live for, ladies.
Yeah.
We must remember how to be healthy.
This should be a staple for this
I
show
agree.
going forward. I think
Support Sophie Cunningham.
be the
Protect her at all costs.
That is the giant of which needs to be slayed.
I think she's the top shoe seller in the WNBA with that Adidas.
Yeah. She sold more than any other athlete.
Of course. Did you see her athletics? So, everybody, go on and raid Mr. Brown's Alliance. I will see you here next week. I'm still trying to put together a Wednesday show again. Hopefully, something soon. Well, maybe this week, next week, it'll come back. And then we'll have 2 shows a week. Till then, remember, love ya. Always forward.